You are listening to the decision reel.
Welcome to the Decision Reel, where we try and fail to review movies of today and yesterday. This week we are looking at the movie The Other Guys, as picked by Tara over here on the big couch. She's
dancing her ass off.
Was that show The Big Comfy Couch?
Yes, The Big Comfy Couch.
With Molly or whatever the fuck her name was.
What was her? Yeah.
Was it Molly?
I don't know. What was the one with like the bananas, the dancing bananas? Was that it? No.
Oh, that was Bananas in
Ah,
Pajamas.
yeah, that wasn't.
And
the
the
same
running
thing.
downstairs.
Were they?
Yeah, they
they used to
did
come
in
on-
the
they
thing. They went down the stairs.
Does he come on after Sailor Moon?
I don't remember. I just remember being scared of giant fucking bananas.
Which one?
In
whichever.
pajamas.
Whichever the girls in Sailor Moon wore green. I want to say it was like Jupiter or something.
That's the blonde, right?
I only liked her
Those
because
two blondes, I think.
because of the green. I was drawn more to the green than the
Been a
blue
while.
red.
Green. My wife loves
You're
Sailor
big-
Moon. So
Are you big into green because your hair?
Well, I've just always liked green.
I've
Green
seen
and
a lot
blue.
of redheads really like
Green and
lean
blue.
towards the color
Because
green.
Irish.
They
Yeah,
say
sure.
yes, but they also say like I've been
Derogatory?
told numerous times that like
Profiling right now.
blues, like royal blue, and like
Fuck you.
and like greens, like a true green or like emerald green, or like the olive greens look good
sage
with
green.
my eyes and hair. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't presume to, say what
It's
looks
like I
good on
just
me.
look good.
Just-
Everything
show
looks
up.
good in my eyes.
Doesn't
with
matter
my
what
eyes.
color I got. It looking good. Anyways, yes, the other guys, we're here to talk about movies. A movie.
We're talking about eyes.
We're talking about eyes.
Other eyes.
Other eyes. Cross the T's and dot the lowercase J's.
Other guys.
Other eyes.
Ooh, look at that. What The Other Guys is about. Two mismatched New York City detectives seize an opportunity to step up like the city's top cops whom they idolize, only things don't go quite as they planned.
Do they ever?
I mean, it wouldn't be...
Desk pop.
Desk pop.
Desk pop.
Terry, I just did my first desk pop. That's a thing, right? No, it is not a thing.
It's so good.
Oh, man.
I always find when I try to watch this movie that as I'm watching it, like we did, you want to just like be in it and talk over it and make jokes about it.
But you also don't want to miss it.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's like a weird...
Because
Yeah.
it has so many memorable lines.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so good.
Insane
Yes.
amounts of memorable lines in this.
It really
It's not,
does.
and it's not even just the one-liners in this one, but like full on tuna versus lion
Lion,
speech,
Yeah.
which is in the first 10 minutes of the movie. They started strong here.
Well, they
That's
definitely
great.
did. I mean, the way...
Every scene is quotable.
Oh, it is.
Go to
yeah.
every scene is
Oh, yeah.
quotable.
Oh, for sure. Like,
Arnie Palmy alert.
God damn it. That's
This
actually...
one's got the Vaki in it.
You get my wife's name. It's so good. The whole fucking thing is good. And then they're running at the end.
Yeah.
Like
It's
they're
20
talking.
miles.
They're still behind. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, if you look, I'm doing something now, or incorporating
This
actual
summer.
video into this summer.
Gators bitches better wearing
You
Jimmy
look
hat.
like
God damn it.
you look like a hobo. Are you planning on changing for dinner?
yeah, it's so perfect.
I love how Mark Wahlberg is
Don't
like,
talk to her like that.
Infatuated.
yeah, he's just questioning like how like she's not, my wife's not even
Seriously,
that
who
hot.
is she?
Like, yeah.
I love when he's leaving the house and he's like, "Bye, Terry," and he's like, "Bye, Sheila." Bye,
Sheila.
Sheila. I don't think he heard me. Bye, Terry. Bye, Sheila. Just
good.
like delayed.
It's funny. The first time I watched this movie, I was like, it was okay, and then I watched it again, and I was like, oh yeah, this is good.
No, I had an
Yeah, yeah,
instant love for this movie.
Yeah, me too.
Well, so I did the same thing with Anchorman, but at that point when Anchorman came out, Will Ferrell wasn't that dumb comic, you know what I mean? Like he was just like, he was funny, he was the background guy in a lot
Sure.
of movies.
So that was like one of his
And-
first like
Right.
up front in your face.
Right. So I remember watching Anchorman, and it was like at my house during a party, and like everybody was trying to watch it. I'm like, this fucking sucks. Let's turn it off and do something else. And then I think it was the next day after the party, I was like, you know what? Let me
Do it again.
Let me
Give
watch it
another
by
shot.
myself while I'm paying attention. I was like, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen. It's the pleats.
I like, and again, I know
Completes.
I mentioned this last week when I picked this, but I also think, unless my memory is not,
100%.
look, my brain's not in it right now. So
Right,
like,
right.
I'm gonna have some buffering moments. So just let me go.
Let her
kind of
buffer.
Still hungover.
Recovering. So I think this is like Marky Mark's like first big comedy that they put him into.
I would tend to agree with that. I think he was
And I
showing
remember
flashes of like funny
little bits,
movies,
but
right.
like most of his movies were action, very in your face, very like. And I remember when like the previews came out, or like even when they
Going,
just
what the
were
fuck?
like I was like, what? Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, and it worked so well.
I'm a peacock. You gotta fly. I say that every time that in my band
yeah,
when they
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
let me do a solo for like a whole set. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Well, I love when the captain is finally like, okay, you know what? Let's just settle this, okay? Peacocks don't fly.
I don't want no scrubs.
Michael
You got
Keaton.
You got to creep,
Mikhail Keaton.
creep.
Beautiful casting in this movie.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he was honestly the best. I mean, Michael Keaton's always been great, and I've talked about this on numerous
Mm-hmm.
episodes of. I've never seen Michael Keaton give a bad performance or
Yeah.
be like, fuck this. You know what I mean? I want more Michael Keaton in my life.
I agree. I like
Don't go
him
chasing
a lot.
waterfalls.
Where to watch the other guys right now? If you have a subscription to Netflix, you can watch it on there, but you can also rent it on YouTube, Vudu, Apple TV, Google Play, and Amazon.
I think it's ooze, Steve.
Voodoo.
No, I think it's you talk about you're like, oh, I have a speech impediment. I don't think it's I think you have problems with ooze.
Oh, with ooze.
Like ooze.
So
You think because there's a lot of the ahs and a's you did as a kid?
Like, what are you
That
joking about?
ooze are a little weird. No,
They
because
put them in the
Canadians-
wrong place. But that's what I'm saying. He's used
He
to putting them
might-
in the wrong places.
That might be it.
What are you talking about?
okay. I'm
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm gonna have a mental note of that when I
Yeah,
get
next
to
time
some
you hit an
ooze,
ooh and you're like,
see
oh,
what happens
shit.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Maybe
think
your
I
brain is
stumble.
so used to fighting the boot, you know?
Now that's racist.
Now that you're, I'm not sure that it is.
What am I wearing on my feet right now?
It's,
A boot.
It's, is it nationalist then? Would that
I
be a
don't
thing?
give a
No,
shit.
because
No,
I'm
I
not.
know. I don't care.
Because I'm honest, I'm not talking about it in a
boot
negative
time.
light.
Yeah, no, I
That's a
got
real
you.
thing. They actually say that.
for sure there, bud.
What you
So-
talking a boot?
All right, there.
I'm
All right. Eh?
Fucking go for a rip.
gonna take my shoe off and
Take it-
Tim
what are you-
Hortons.
What are you taking your shoes off for?
so I can give you a boot.
Oh, you fucking cocksucker. This was written and directed by Adam McKay. He's also directed Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, The Campaign, and
Which is everyone's favorite?
and recently Don't Look
Sorry.
Up
Wow, he really likes Will Ferrell.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which one's what's your favorite Ferrell movie?
of all time.
Yeah, of all Will Ferrell movies.
So like,
Because we
As-
all
as
we,
a-
it's
as a
our
main-
generation. So
right,
like,
right, as a main character, or as just
I
a
don't give a shit.
movie that he was in, and it could be
I'm not
5
asking
seconds.
for a role. I'm
No,
asking
I
for
feel
a
like
movie.
for something like this, it would need to be like at one that he's like really present in. Like, don't say Wedding Crashers because
No,
he's like
no.
in it for like
I never know what she's doing.
the meatloaf. I never know what she's doing. What is she doing?
He's an idiot.
God.
Yeah. Just got back
killing
from
at
crashing
funerals.
a funeral. Yeah.
Then at the end, at the one wedding, he's hugging the girl.
Accident.
He's hugging that girl, and he's like,
It's so good. It's so good.
This is
Come
a
on,
hard
favorite-
question,
favorite-
man. I'm gonna have to like look up his. There's a movie in my head, and I know we talked about this last week. I said that I really liked him in Zoolander as Mugatu because he's doing that over the top, but
Sure.
somewhat grounded crazy person,
Sure.
right?
He's definitely crazy.
Oh no,
but like
for
he didn't
sure.
have any like big outbursts, like moments. I get what
yeah,
you're
I'm
saying.
asking movie, right? So it's
right.
This
he's
one,
probably
to
going
be
to have a
honest,
starring role. He might not have a starring role, but he probably going to have a starring
to be honest, this one is definitely a top for me. The other guys
Close for
is
me,
definitely a top, and Anchorman is definitely a top for
role.
me,
Yeah, 100%.
for sure.
You're gonna hate me.
What is it?
Night at the Roxbury.
Oh, it's great.
Oh no,
Why
that's
would
a
I hate
good
you?
one.
That's
That's a
phenomenal.
good one.
I just love how dumb he is in that.
I
movie.
know,
Yeah, it's
isn't that? I mean,
stupid as fuck.
isn't that one of his first lead roles too?
Probably.
Well, so he wasn't really the lead.
He was a co-lead.
I feel like Chris Kattan was definitely the lead, and then he was.
They were in it just as much, though. They were each in it just as much.
I agree with that, but I still don't think it was Will Ferrell's movie. I think it was Chris Kattan. Well, you could
I think
say it
it's
was just
their
them.
movie. I think it was a co. I would
I
say
think a better
co-lead.
question would be character than movie.
You two are brothers. No.
Oh, what's
What's your favorite?
Yes.
character? It's probably
I see.
favorite Will Ferrell.
Character?
Character. Will Ferrell.
Well, I still stay by me. It's either
I
Ron
know, right?
Burgundy or it's this one, Gator.
I really like his TV show appearance in the Kenny Powers. What is
Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound and Down as the car dealership guy. So
I
good.
even liked him in his very brief episodes of The Office.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
yeah, I
okay
forgot
in
about that too.
But I didn't like after that. Like I would have stopped watching after Steve Carell left had I known what the show
Well, yeah, everybody
where it
knows
was
it's
going
going
to
to
go.
go down.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like I still watched it for like Jim and Dwight, like for some of the main people. But I mean, once Steve Carell was gone, I was like, come on, we're forcing it at this point.
Well, in a show like that too, you're like, I've watched this for how long? I'm gonna see it out. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
and you know it's not gonna
exactly.
last much longer. And
that's what I did.
Right.
You watch those last couple seasons still, but
it was okay. It wasn't the best, but it was okay.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna say this after thinking about this a little bit longer, and you saying favorite character,
Instead of movie.
Chaz Michael Michaels, Blades of Glory.
Oh, here we go. He was good though.
It
The
gets
sex-
the people going.
Out of
Sex
everything-
devouring ice tornado or whatever.
That's another movie where I'm not like,
I fucking love that movie.
yeah, I know you do, but his character in that's fucking hilarious.
I haven't seen that in a while, but isn't Pam? It isn't
Yeah,
she the
she's the
girl that the other guy?
right.
What's his name?
I don't fucking Hader. Bill Hader. About Bill Hader.
No, it's not Bill Hader, but it is something
Hader.
like that.
Yeah, he was Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Wally. You know the
I
name.
don't. When have I ever known any of the
You know names.
I know
Figure it out.
nothing.
I
I'm
really
sure I
thought
get
he
it.
was going to struggle after Napoleon Dynamite of breaking
Yeah,
out
he
of
kinda did.
Napoleon Dynamite. You know what I mean? Like
What was that baseball?
John
mo-
Hader. Header.
What was
Hader.
that baseball movie he did?
the bench warmers.
Yes.
Is that what it was?
It was hilarious.
David Spade, was he in that too?
Yeah, that was
People
okay.
hate that movie.
Wait, no. Benchwarmers was Deuce Bigelow.
There were 3 of them though.
He was in the movie still, though. They
there were
both in the
3
movie,
main
yeah.
guys.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
He was also
had the
in-
helmet.
Yep.
He was also in, what was that movie where like he was taking classes on how to be like a dickhead or like how to be cool or whatever?
That sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
I can't remember what the actual
School
name
for
of it.
Scoundrels.
School for Scoundrels, thank you.
Good job, Steve.
I've only seen
just-
it once, so I
They
couldn't.
come out of nowhere. Chaz Michael Michaels.
Can't remember
is
his
figure
name,
skating.
but
Sorry.
could remember School for Scoundrels. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
with the tiger on a tattoo on his back.
Yep.
Or
On my back
whatever it
there.
is.
Just lone wolf on my back there.
And he had like tattoos for different
Yep.
for some of his conquests.
It's
Oh
amazing.
my
That he
God, I
hits
forgot about
someone.
that too.
That
I
movie's
love
literally-
the beginning of the Kanye West and Jay-Z song has that part in the song
Yeah.
from the movie where
I
he's
think
like,
the best part of that movie is they're interviewing people on the street, and a guy's a hot dog vendor, and he puts 2 hot dogs in one bun, and he goes, "Does that look right to you?" No. It's so fucking funny. So the other guys is starring Will Ferrell as Alan Gamble, Mark Wahlberg.
AKA Gator.
I say hi to your mother for me. As Terry Holtz, Eva, or is it Eva Mendes? I never know.
I've always heard it as Eva, but I don't
I've
know.
heard it either way.
I've heard
So,
both too.
Yeah.
I'm not
Eva
sure.
Eva Mendez as Dr. Sheila Gamble. Michael Keaton as Captain Gene Munch, or Much. Steve Coogan as David Ershon. Rob Riggle as Martin. Damon Wayans Jr. as Fosse or Foss.
He's funny. I like him.
Dwayne Johnson as Christopher Danson. Samuel L. Jackson. You know, it's funny. Once you finally write out Samuel L. Jackson, his name really is Samuel Jackson, right?
Yeah.
You don't need the L.
'Cause
It's
the
already there.
extra-
Samuel
He wanted
Jackson.
it.
Still think, I think we talked about this last week, the perfect sequel to this movie, maybe not sequel, but spin-off, is to follow them
Is
Like a prequel?
as like like Pryor or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Well, the movie
If they
opens
were
so
that
good with
fucking
them.
dumb, right?
Yeah.
If they were that dumb but made it that far, imagine how much funny shit
How much other hijinks they got
how
into.
much other stupid shit is before that.
Well, and it's funny because I remember seeing the trailers for this movie and like thinking that it was going to be different that it was,
Yeah,
right?
and then
Like
you see them in the beginning, you're like, what the hell is going on?
exactly, and then spoilers. Aim for the bushes. They're dead. You know what I mean? And that, to me, that was perfect because it came out of nowhere. You're thinking
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson's going to be part of this movie and it's
Yeah.
going to be awesome.
It's just slow motion too. Of
Right.
them just
whole-
windmilling
the
on
whole
the way
jump.
down. Yeah.
And their arms are just
Yep.
Yeah.
like,
Amazing.
There
Amazing.
goes my hero.
Yes.
Perfect song for
Splat.
it. Too. Right. Also, yeah, so Samuel L. Jackson was playing PK Highsmith, and then we have Derek Jeter just coming in for...
He's a biracial angel.
You cost me $100,000. Ridiculous. It's rated PG-13 for crude and sexual content, language, violence, and some drug material. How is this not R? There was definitely a couple F-bombs.
I'm not sure
When
there
were there
was.
F-bombs? When was there F-bombs?
I don't think
There
there
wasn't.
was.
Maybe there was.
I think they were very careful about that.
There was very
Everything
obscene with
but,
all, yeah.
But
Oh,
I
you're
don't
right.
think
He's
there
like,
were
thanks for the
F-bombs.
F-shack, not thanks for the
Love
fuck.
Dirty
yeah,
Mike,
yeah.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
Yeah.
Call this a soup kitchen.
There's a mouse
bunch
and a
of
used condom back there.
Hobos.
Raccoon had a mother raccoon birthed a litter.
Had babies. Yeah. So funny.
That whole car
Like, just
scene
this-
is so fucking funny when as soon as he crashes it, right? And then the other two cops roll up and they're
Right.
like looking through the window. he's like,
Used tampon.
my Suburban shit one of these.
All the cocaine on their car.
Looks
That's
like
funny.
Scarface sneezed on your car. It's so good.
They worked so well together, and then they did.
pair people in this.
Together. Like if you
Well,
think about it,
yeah.
that's the
I
perfect
didn't hit me till right now.
Yeah,
but
that's
they
the
definitely
perfect
fucking did this.
analogy for this movie is everybody is a cop duo or
Yeah.
a partner, right?
They're all other guys.
Ooh. Look at this guy with his smarts. His big brain over here.
Yep. This big head isn't empty.
Big brain in it. Runtime 107 minutes. I do think the movie is a titch too long.
I don't think so. I think they
If it
filled
was,
it.
if it had more shittiness, then yeah. But
I think if they filled it.
yeah, the ending,
Fine.
the ending is kind of blurry, right?
Well, it's a lot at one time.
Yeah. So if there's anything that can go, it's
They could have cleaned that up, maybe.
Well, you're not here for the story. Let's be real.
No,
You're
no.
here
From
for
like
the
good
jokes.
cop,
Yeah.
good or bad cop.
You're
bad
here for the
cop
entertainment.
Right.
On. Bad cop on is kind of like meh.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Despot.
Bad cop, bad.
They said
See,
bad cop,
so
bad
then
cop.
it was just a misunderstanding. That's all.
There's cucumbers in the water.
And then he beats up all those ninjas on all the guys on bikes, and he's like, "Imagine where your career would be if you hadn't shot Jeter."
I know, right?
Perfect.
They're so
Even Jeter, like, he's acting his best, but it's terrible, but it works.
It's
You know
that
what I mean?
You
athlete-
idiot!
It's that
Right.
athlete
You shot
acting.
me.
Right. It's so bad, but it's fucking funny because of the context.
There's a deleted scene that it wasn't in the one that I watched today, but I remember it. Like Jeter approaches him outside of that coffee
Yes,
shop that they
I've
walk
seen
out
that
of at the
before,
Towards
yeah.
the
end.
end, right? It's at the
Yeah.
very end of the movie.
Something like that, yeah.
They're getting like coffee. It's like before they get into his new car. Or
There
whatever.
it is. There's old Rock.
Yeah, getting it. No, you're right. It's funny.
Better not fuck my car up.
This was released
And
on.
like the very next day, he has a brand new one he's
That's so
driving
good.
already.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. That's genius.
Did you really think that a pound of weed was worth us $25 million in damages?
Yeah.
What does he say? Something like, well, let's ask the people of New York, and they all cheer.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's
really is.
100% perfect.
Danson, is the rumor true that you're dating Kim Kardashian? I'm not going to comment on that. But yes,
Jesus. So this was
there's
released.
so many. I could go
This was
on.
released on August 6th, 2010.
Oh,
I didn't think this movie was that old.
all these movies are old now.
I hate it.
Because we're old now.
I know.
Woof.
Woof.
Woof. Woof.
Since we all moan and groan every time we sit on this couch.
Steve didn't even moan earlier. Steve got up and he was like, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck was that?
You know you're getting old when you do
Quite
the
an
old.
outburst.
You just,
Like someone squeezed him like a whoopee cushion on his way. It's like, you okay, dude? What the fuck?
just
You know that sound you
feeling
make
it.
when you knock the wind out of yourself is the sound Steve made when he tried to get up off the couch. He's like,
Like everything tightened.
it sounded like somebody just punched me in the gut.
just like
But I just stood up.
took a
just stood
neck
up.
deep dip in frozen water is what it sounded like.
Jesus Christ. All right, budget time. We're already guessing.
$1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million.
$1
She gets to
million.
go first now. She
Okay,
can go
so
first.
Tara's
All right,
yep,
budget.
budget. What do we think it costs to make? Now, I'm going to say this. It is a in-between number from this number to this number. It's an estimated budget. So the rules are changing. If you're in the
So
ballpark,
They don't have a number that they. a documented number, is what you're saying.
It's right. It's between.
No, it's a range.
Right. Do
Okay.
you want the? I can give you the range that it's in. It's within $20
No, don't do that.
million. I'm saying. So the range is $20 million.
Oh, it's from like
okay,
so it would be like between 30 and 50 or like whatever
Right,
it is.
right.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
like if it costs $300 million to make it, it's in between 300 and 320 million. Obviously, I'm giving you a huge number to not tip you
because
off
obviously
on the
it's
number.
not. Yeah.
Right. So
I'm gonna say it's between. Actually, I'm gonna stick with what I just said. I'm
Well,
gonna
yeah,
say
just
it's
say a
between
number.
30 and 50
okay.
Okay.
because there's a lot of people in
I
this
literally
movie
was
too.
just going like this.
Yeah, but you
without
can't see it,
looking.
Wally.
I was going like this just to see if you'd say the same thing. Steve, you saw it though, right?
I did.
Yeah. So he fucking sucked, dude. I'll go 25, 45.
You dick.
25 to 45 million. is your
That's
guess.
what we have to do, right? If we're gonna guess the same thing, I'm gonna guess close to that. I just
Yeah,
have
that's
to
fine.
choose lower or higher.
I was just saying you can pick a number, and if you're within it,
Oh.
Okay.
it doesn't matter. But
Oh, well,
if
it's
you're
too
gonna
late. We did it.
it's
We
too
did
late.
it.
Now the only thing I'm going to say to both of you guys is
The booth.
I don't think you're thinking too hard about this movie. Who's in it? The
Uh-oh.
action set pieces that are going on.
You can't say that now because now we're
So you're
going to
saying
change
it
our
should
stuff.
be higher.
We already have our stuff.
I mean, you can lock it in because you already said it. But
no,
I'm just
it's
going
locked
out.
in. We can't do it now, Steve. We can't re-guess now
You can't.
because now her and I are both going to jump up
See,
20 million.
I still felt like 50 was decent, but maybe
I went
not.
lower than you, so
Okay.
I fucking got shafted there.
All right.
Estimated budget is between $80 and $100 million.
Hi, god damn.
My God.
That's one of the higher ones.
Yeah, for a
we've done.
comedy movie.
Yeah.
But think of everybody that's in this movie. Think of all the, like I said, the action set pieces. Think of everything that's going on. You know, there's some big like stunts in this too, or like
Aim for the bushes.
Yeah.
aim for the bushes. Yeah,
Oh, look,
There's
he's
a lot of
flying.
car chase stuff too, right?
right, exactly. So
And crashes and stuff because of it.
right,
Whatever, Steve.
I'm just saying. So then,
Anyways, yeah,
with
you're
that
right, I
being
should've.
said, what do we think it made overall box office?
Yeah, I think it made more than that, Steve.
Do you?
Steve, I would like to also use your name and say that I think it made more than that also.
Well, I need numbers.
Okay, so 80 to 100 was the
Was the
budget.
budget? So what do we think it made? Do I need to do the?
Do you want me to go first?
I think it made to
I'll take the
I think
penis
it made-
mighty.
250.
The penis mightier.
Oh my God.
Anal bum cover for 1,000.
What song does a dog
That's-
make? Rough. That's how your mother likes it, Trebek.
I'll take 8 tip for 1,000. A petite déjeuner.
Take anal bum covers.
That's an album cover. The best part is that's Will Ferrell.
Yeah, it is.
I'll take anal bum covers.
So what was your guess, Wally?
100, I'll do 190 million.
So 10 million less than you said 200, right?
I said
you say
220.
Oh, 220.
Oh, I didn't
No.
even hear you say
220.
anything.
I don't remember now what I said.
Cool. Well, you're both wrong.
Wait, I
300
said
million.
2. Is it under that or is it over?
I can't say that now.
Okay. Well,
If
I
you're- if you're
definitely
coming back with it.
Listen, if you watch back, I'm pretty sure I said 250.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
It's
I
opening
still may be
weekend.
wrong. I'm just saying I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
its opening weekend, it made $35.5 million. Great opening weekend.
Yeah.
Overall, it made $119.2 million.
What?
This movie, I don't think flopped, right?
Is it-
Because that's still a lot of money, but the budget
compared
was
to the
so
budget-
big. This movie did not make
Wow.
any money, really.
I'll take what I can get.
Talladega.
Talladega Nights.
Despot.
Will Ferrell from Talladega Nights.
All right. Well, that's what. So, like,
you lose that battle.
you gotta
lose
think
that battle
the-
9 times out of 10.
I
I could have went out there and said shit about you there, but I came back in here.
And he's like,
to
no
your
thanks.
face."
No, don't.
I feel like this is that movie where everybody who's been in the movies before this were all such knock out of the park hits that they went, let's throw everything at the wall. Let's get everybody we can. Let's make a huge movie, which is very
Fuck
good.
it. Like
right?
type of thing.
And then they still, I think, made a great movie
Yeah.
that to me succeeds. But when you have such a huge budget, and if you go back and look at like Anchorman, Talladega Nights, and how much they made, I'm sure it's probably in the same ballpark as this. So you can't expect to make more money just because you're putting more, money into it. Actually, I kind of want to know myself now.
When you do these, so how much was it again? 145 million?
119.
19. Okay, so
120 million is what it made, basically.
Okay, so and that's since today is what you're saying, or are you saying
Well, no,
that's
that's
just
box office.
That's box office.
Yeah, this movie has made so much money since then.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
sure this gained a shit ton more traction later on.
So residuals and like basically back then, right? DVDs and Blu-rays were still a big kind of thing, so you're getting money from that as well. But overall, box office is what they kind of go on of is it a success or not?
Yeah, I would say this is when it comes to Will Ferrell movies, this might be a number 2 or 3.
As far as
Like
top.
his big movies, yeah.
As far as movie gross, actually, yes. I remember reading a little thing saying that only Elf is above this.
Oh my
I always
God.
forget about Elf too.
Oh
I
my
always forget
God,
about
that's
that.
definitely in my top Will Ferrell movies.
I forgot about that when we were
For
talking about it
sure.
earlier. To be honest,
I don't
Buddy
like
the Elf, what's your favorite color?
I don't like Elf.
I like Elf. I do
love
like Elf.
So this is what I'm saying here. Anchorman, $85 million
Is what it made?
is what it made.
This is what I'm saying. You know how much money that fucking movie's probably made.
Oh, yeah.
At this point,
Like, I don't know anyone that can't quote parts of that movie.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
exactly.
Well, I mean, in our age,
Well, yeah.
sure.
But
That's who we know.
It's
You hanging out with little ones,
who you hanging out with?
geezers, Steve.
Geezers, maybe. I'm hanging out with the small kids who don't even know that who Will Ferrell is. I'll take it back. Talladega Nights made more money than this movie.
it?
148.
When did that one
Worldwide,
release? Was that
163.
the
Before
same time?
this.
No. I mean, like you're.
I'm trying to hold on.
Sorry, I'm asking you all these questions like you're supposed to know, Steve. You know everything.
Holy shit! This was August 4th, 2006. Talladega Nights is that
So,
old?
Literally almost exactly 4 years prior, because the other one was August 6th.
Yeah.
So same weekend, 4 years prior.
I mean, August and Will Ferrell goes together. Now I need to know when fucking Anchorman came out. Thanks, Tara. Just looking at it. Fucking
Maybe he likes August movie.
Maybe he does.
Do you guys remember that video he did with his like neighbor's daughter? Girl,
Where she's like
where
cussing.
he's the
She's
landlord.
yeah.
Yeah, she's like
You pay me now.
She's like literally swearing her little head off.
So cute.
Even I was like, whoa, is he allowed to
God,
do
you don't have to use that language, Pearl.
this? Is he allowed to do this?
July 9th is when Anchorman came out. 2004.
Well, that's how you know he has pull all summer.
So it was
movies and shit.
Anchorman, Talladega Nights, other guys. Obviously stuff in
There was-
between,
yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's those
Right,
that
right.
order.
I think I like. We were talking about favorite ones. I think I like Ricky Bobby. I think Ricky Bobby's my number 1.
I wouldn't put it as my number 1, but it's definitely in my top.
Shake and bake, Cal.
I love it.
My favorite line of that movie is in the credits, where they're going through and they're doing like stupid lines, and he's like, "If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you."
Oh, they're showing the commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I like his dad-
delivery.
His dad. He's like, I got 10 kilos of Colombian Bam Bam in the truck. In the trunk.
Or he's like, "I left you tickets," and he grabs them. He's like, "I think I got 2 tickets for me with my name," and gets them. I got 2.
I got 2 tickets. Yeah.
Great. Oh my god, that was great. And just there's only 2 things you got to know: you're either first or last.
And everyone
do,
still
boy?
uses that.
Oh, they do.
Like that's like the standout
I
Yeah.
was playing
quote
hockey.
of that movie.
I was playing hockey last night, and somebody on the bench, we were losing, and someone's like, "Hey, we're either first or last. Let's fucking go." I was like,
My friend's sister said it this weekend at the Bachelorette weekend.
I
We were,
mean, that
we were
makes
doing
sense.
like one of those the motorcycle races.
Oh, I was thinking something else.
No, no,
Drinking, like you're either
As long
first
as
or
it
last.
wasn't-
no. But
As long
like
as it was an old cunty McCunterface.
we did go karts and stuff too, and so she
Yeah.
she
Oh,
used
that's
that
cool.
a lot this weekend.
What
you guys
movie?
should have done bumper cars and then all
They didn't
ganged
have
up on
bumper
what's her face.
cars.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
Destroyer.
Give old fucking
No.
what's her face whiplash.
What movie am I thinking
sorry,
of
I'm
when
not-
he goes? He was such a pussy. They called him Cunty
I'm not
McTwat.
sure she's gonna be seeing this.
What movie is that?
Cunty McTwat.
He's like, that man is such a pussy. I nicknamed him Cunty McTwat.
I'm not
No
sure.
idea.
I'm not sure.
I know it's not Ving Rhames, the other bigger black guy. Who's the guy that gets electrocuted in?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
in the Green Mile.
The Green Mile. Who is that?
Oh my God, what is his name?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yes.
Yeah.
He says that in a movie. Oh, I know what it is. It's from Broken Lizard, the restaurant movie I like.
No
Slam and
idea.
Salmon.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
God damn it.
That's how my brain works.
Just
If so,
stares me in the
back
eyes until he answers the question because I
Yep.
can't.
Sorry. That's how I just don't even say anything and I'll work it out. Top 10 that week. Number 10. The Kids Are All Right.
With Robert De Niro.
Sure. I don't think I've seen that or heard about it.
It's good.
Is
It's
it-
a serious movie, but
We don't
It's
do
good.
serious here.
it's good.
Number
though.
9, Toy Story 3. If you didn't cry at the end of that movie, you're not fucking human.
I
That ending, I think, is that the one where the toys get donated?
Well, he
To
gives
the
them,
girl
to
down
the
the
little
street?
girl, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way you don't go,
Fuck you, man. I actually thought about you. I was like, I know one man that wouldn't have done that. Piece of shit.
I don't think
I
I've
was
seen
like-
the third one.
I'd give her 1.
Yeah, I
But
would
the
give
rest
her-
are staying with me.
It'd be what's her face with the.
It'd be the one I don't care about.
So, are you gonna watch it? Do you want us to tell you real quick?
What, you haven't seen Toy Story 3?
I think I've only seen the 2.
I'm not.
I
Gonna tell you.
definitely
4
haven't
of
seen
them.
the most recent one. I know.
It's
that.
really
Fourth
good.
is good, but it's not like we got to see it.
The third
Number
one's really
3
good.
is really
I just
good.
don't. I just can't.
You didn't play with toys.
Which
as a
one is the
child?
one that they're at the daycare with the evil teddy bear?
That's
That's
3.
the third one.
That's the third
Oh,
one.
then I have seen that.
Okay, well then
Okay,
they give
then
the
I've
toys
seen
away.
it.
He gives away the toys
Okay.
again.
Right.
I've probably only
Because he
seen
goes
that.
off to college.
I've probably only seen that one once.
Yeah, that was.
And
that
then
was
because then the
much
second
I
one
I
is
don't
the
think I
one.
could watch it more than once.
The second one is they find. It was when he finds the girl.
Yeah.
Girl.
The prospect, old prospector, Jesse.
Right. Yes.
Wait, no, Jesse's the
Jesse's the girl.
girl. What was prospector's name?
I don't know.
Oh, the evil one.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
I won't.
I just remember Jesse might be swinging for the other team.
My sister dressed as her one year for Halloween.
That wasn't intentional. What I just said.
Mm.
It's okay.
Your
She was.
sister's probably
She
very
was.
sweet.
It's okay. She might be.
I think she was. I think she was. I think she was at least high school plus when she
Okay.
did it. So don't.
okay.
So no worries. But we've got red hair, so she.
That makes
braided it
sense.
and,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Gotcha.
And that was
Gotcha.
probably right around the time she was in high school.
Maybe.
She's what, 4 years younger than you?
No, she's 6 years younger than me.
Oof. Number 8, Charlie St. Cloud.
No idea what that is.
Zac Efron.
Yeah, I've watched 7 seconds of that movie probably and went.
Yeah, I
Not
don't.
for me.
I think I put it on, but I'm not sure that. Like I actually watched the whole thing.
That was like him right out of High School Musical fame, right? And like he was trying to be.
He had like a
whatever.
brother that died in the movie, like a little brother that died or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
It's a lifetime.
Because I don't
movie.
think he
Maybe.
was. I don't know that he was Charlie. I think like his brother was. I don't remember.
The St. Cloud was because he was dead and he was in the clouds, right?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't really remember.
Is that too harsh? I don't know.
But it was definitely Zac Efron.
Number 7, Cats and Dogs: The Return of Kitty Galore.
I never saw the second Cats and Dogs.
The first one, the first Cats and Dogs, I got at Blockbuster and never returned it. I still have it in my box.
Look at you.
I loved it because like I had a beagle at a time.
Okay.
At the time when that movie came out, and he lived to be like 16 years old. So like we had him for a long time.
Healthy little life for a puppy.
And and
My dog
he
is 16.
well, and small dogs, live longer usually
yeah.
anyways. But I thought that fucking beagle was so cute in that movie. The
Was it a
little
very vocal beagle?
Oh, aren't they all?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was asking.
They're hounds, right? So they're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 6, Despicable Me.
Love it.
Damn, that movie came out the same year as this one. Wow, that feels like it was a long time ago.
Fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Well, it's funny. I mean, this was 12 years ago, so.
That's
What-
what
right,
she said.
right.
Have you seen the interview where she has? It's for Despicable Me or one of them. I don't know. They did like 3 of them or something. It's for one of the Despicable Me
1,000 Minion
movies.
Right.
And Steve Carell and Kristen Wiig are in like a press junket like interview
Sure.
with a lady, and so she has him repeat some of his famous lines from The Office, but with the Gru voice.
Oh, that's funny.
That's dope.
And so she's reading him, and he's like, "That's what she said." He's like doing the Gru voice.
That meme is just me every day. I'm like, and I do the appropriate. That's what she, because there's some where they're like he was getting made.
Yeah.
He was getting tired of saying. it. So I always try to use the appropriate. That's what she said with him.
You would.
Anyways,
Number 5, Dinner for Schmucks.
oh, that was a good one, right?
Another Steve Carell
And Paul Rudd.
and Paul Rudd. I like that movie. A lot of people didn't like that movie. I
So that was one of those ones, like Wally
Wait,
and I,
which one?
we were talking about that. That was one of those movies that did, like, I had a lot of secondhand, uncomfortable,
Okay.
like embarrassment.
okay.
Was that the one with the rat?
Yeah, where
Where
he
he's a
made like
taxidermist kind of
yeah.
thing. Okay, okay. I try
but
to
he's
remember.
he's just dumb,
Oh yeah.
right? But likable
He's a
and
schmuck.
nice, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
well, no,
But-
the schmucks are the other people,
Well,
right?
That's Steve. I love 40-Year-Old Virgin.
yeah.
It's so
It's
good.
a classic Steve Carell,
I
but
was reading
he's got so many good ones now, though. So it's hard to like.
that Kelly Clarkson scene.
It's real.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so you know.
yeah.
What's his face walked out because he couldn't deal with it.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
Seth Rogen, right? No. Yeah, no, it was Seth Rogen that couldn't deal with it. Or was
Walked
it?
out.
No,
Was it?
It was the other
Paul
guy.
Rudd. No, it's
no.
the
Paul
black
Rudd.
guy. It's the black guy.
Yeah.
But
He's got a weird name, or else I wouldn't.
that
call him black
movie.
guy.
It just because there were so
okay.
there were so many things
African
that
American guy.
Steve Carell's character like fucked up for Paul Rudd's character, and that's
yeah.
what made me. I was like, oh my god, this fucking guy! I was getting so frustrated.
If I have to watch Yamo be there one more time, I'm gonna Yamo burn this place to the ground.
Oh yeah, the part where he like steals the phone and then like his ex-girlfriend or whatever.
Yes,
and he's like,
calls the
just-
ex-girlfriend,
yeah.
and she shows up.
It's funny, but you're like,
It's so like,
Come
oh
on.
my god, yeah.
and then whoever the guy was that his girlfriend was working for.
Zach Galifianakis.
No, he was the IRS agent.
From Flight of the
Yeah,
Conchords.
I really like that guy.
I
And
do
his-
too, and I don't
his-
remember what his actual name
His
is.
delivery throughout that whole movie is just genius.
Speaking of Flight of the Conchords, had some jams. Like they had some bangers.
They have a million.
Like
I like how they took like a 10-year hiatus and then randomly
just came
came back. They're like, yeah, we felt like doing more. That's fucking dope.
No, if you haven't seen What
the
We Do
most beautiful girl in the
World,
room.
have you seen What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes.
Okay, so he's in that too with Taika Waititi, and
Yep.
like that's to me that's like the perfect comedy where you're not sure if it's funny, but it's funny. you know?
Wasn't he maybe you guys don't know. You might. I think he was the voice of the big sparkly crab in Moana. That was like collecting all. Was that Moana?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Where there was like a crab in one of the movies where like
Is that one where it's like Mother Nature at the end? And is that the same one?
But like there was yes, but
Well, the rocks in
there's a
Moana,
crab
right?
part where he's like collecting all these he likes, sparkly things. So he's collecting them all on his shell, but I'm pretty sure he's the voice
I know
of
exactly
him.
what you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
I think he's the voice of him in
Is it
that.
Surf's Up?
No, that was
That's Nemo.
I know.
yeah.
I like Surf's Up. Not a lot of people remember that movie with the penguins that surf.
Oh my god.
Yeah, go back and watch it. It's fucking good.
Oh my god. Do you guys remember Johnny Tsunami?
Yes,
Yes.
and Johnny Tsunami 2.
2.
It's amazing. What was his friend? Because he was the famous Jet Jackson, and he's dead now.
We should do like Disney ones or like
Disney
like
original.
Brink or like
Brink's great.
any kind of movie like that.
Motocrossed.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was that Genius movie where the kid was like underneath the ice hockey rink? He transferred to like some college because they were trying to work on some like proton reactor or some shit.
I don't
But
know.
then he like
I don't
has
know.
an alter ego of being like a cool hockey kid.
I don't know, but I do remember like Smart House and like
I
Luck
remember
of the
Smart House.
Irish.
Luck of the Irish. Of course you would know that.
And
should do
actually I think that was that the same
Grind's
guy?
not Disney though.
I know it's not.
But
Was that the
yeah,
same
we're
guy
talking
in
about
those two
a
movies?
sports movie, extreme
In which
sports.
Smart House? Yes.
and maybe that's why I remember them.
Probably.
Cadet Kelly,
Yeah, I still
old
watch
Lizzie
the movie.
McGuire,
And,
stepping into a different character for that one
the Even Stevens movie.
with Shia LaBeouf
Shia LaBeouf.
and
Holes.
Christy Carlson Romano.
Yep. She kind of went nowhere with her life.
She's actually really popular online now.
Oh.
She does a lot of like podcast stuff and they've asked her before like about her relationship with like Shia LaBeouf and stuff like that.
Why would she talk to him?
You know a
still?
picture I saw today? Hillary Duff.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's looking fine.
Lizzie McGuire, I was just talking about.
I know.
You know why?
I know.
Because she didn't go crazy like all these other
Dude,
people did.
she looks so good.
She keeps it together.
Oh my
She
God.
keeps it together.
She's there. She's it.
She went
She is the truth.
not that she
She's the truth.
not that she wasn't already viral, but like last year she like went viral because she was recording a paparazzi like taking pictures at her son's soccer game.
Oh, good for her.
And she was like, you don't need to, bother. And all these people, but can I tell you, all these haters online are always commenting, but when stuff like this happens and they're like, you're famous, like you asked for this. And they're like, yeah, but the kids didn't.
Right, exactly.
Like, these are children. These are young kids you're taking
get it.
pictures of.
I
Like,
get it.
right. Take
She just
take,
did like a model. This was like she did a photo shoot.
Yeah.
And she was all looking fine. Yeah, she was looking good. Let me tell her. I would take her out on a nice dinner date to Red Lobster.
To Red Lobster. I'd treat her. Anything she wants.
anything on the menu.
Anything.
And I would call her again.
Would you? What a guy.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I wouldn't even wait 3 days. I would.
Yeah,
Well,
let's go.
no 3-day wait.
As soon as she goes in that door, I'm taking her off the job. Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
She is.
I miss you already.
She's still a looker for sure. Have you ever watched some of her old live performances when she did music though? The dancing was just
Oh, it's probably terrible.
horrendous.
I don't know. She got to keep
She's
up. though.
not known for her dancing for sure.
You know who
but-
didn't turn out good? Amanda Bynes.
Lindsay
Ooh, rough,
Lohan.
yeah.
Lindsay Lohan for a
She's
bit there.
she's
She was
turned
okay.
around though.
Yeah.
She's turned around now.
She was
She's
doing
like
the old.
engaged and stuff. She owns like some
Too much.
nightclubs,
Yeah,
or not nightclubs, but like clubs in like
Sure.
on some island. She owns like a club or something like that.
Oh,
That's good for her.
Yeah,
But she's engaged and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, she did go through.
a lot.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan. It's
She
Lohan.
was high getting GB'd at Steve-O's apartment
Yeah.
at one point or another. I watched his podcast the other day.
Yeah,
She left her wallet,
yeah, of course.
and then he went back because he had videotaped most of the people at the
course, he
show.
always does, yeah.
And made her sign a release form to get her wallet back.
That's fucking
So that
funny.
way he could post the video.
What a guy.
I was like, God damn.
I do, but what's weird about her is like in some of her interviews you watch now, like sometimes she has a really weird random accent and no one's really sure where it came from.
The drugs.
Making it up.
Probably the drugs.
She's addressed it
What-
before, but I don't remember what she said, like what it was.
What
that
was
she
the twin
saying.
movie she redid?
Oh, okay.
Parent Trap.
Let me
That's
get
what it
into
is.
this real
That's what
quick.
it is. That's what
That
it is.
movie is really fucked up, and somebody, the main actress who was in it as the mom,
the
stepmom or whatever.
the fiance, the dad's fiance.
Yeah, we've been seeing she like had TikTok
said
videos.
that she wasn't the bad guy.
Right.
Her, point of view, you date. He's a 10, but
Right, yeah.
he has a hidden daughter with a hidden ex-wife. Blah blah blah, all this stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sorry, no, she was still a fucking bitch. She admitted she was marrying him for his
Fingers,
money
bitches, better
and
run
wanted to
GPS.
send his daughter, who was like the love of his life,
Out of the
off
way,
to
yeah,
boarding
yeah.
school. So
Now-
no, she was still a bitch.
To me,
She was
what?
still a little bit of a cunty bitch.
What was the other movie with the Olsen twins?
Hold up, before I get into it,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
It Takes Two
it
Yes.
takes two. Yeah,
That was awesome. I loved
That
it.
was
It Takes
good.
Two is great because they
with
were
Christy
twins.
Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
she
was
looked
the
great in
name.
that
Yeah,
movie.
she
She
did.
looked great in that
She had
movie.
that fluffy
Allie
brown
or
hair.
Christy
Yeah.
Allen?
Chris
I think she had those beautiful eyes too.
Allie? Christy Allen.
Allie? Is it Allie or Allen?
Beautiful eyes.
I don't know who we're talking.
Is it
about.
Allie or Allen?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Okay.
What the point
Something
I
like
wanted to
that.
say
Allen?
about the Parent Trap
Allen?
was not so much that's fucked up. The fucked up thing is, hey, we have 2 kids and we're just not gonna make them see each other.
Oh, of course
And,
that's
like,
fucked up. Yes.
but it's
extremely
fine
fucked.
now. We're good. We're not gonna talk about how we,
Do you know how, like, and those little girls handled it so well. I would be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
I love
I have a
how
whole
every.
ass dad and sibling that I don't
Right.
know about.
I like how everybody in the camp, or just even them, like I can put it past being in a movie and maybe not wanting to believe the fact that
No.
this person looks exactly like me.
The ongoing the joke that you see is when she's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, that's my birthday. And then the caption is like, you have the same fucking face.
Right, exactly.
Like, what do you mean?
You're the same person.
I have
Oh my God, that's the same birthday I have. You have the same face.
there's been twins every generation in my family
Oh,
for the past like 3 or 4 generations.
so who's having
So
those?
if I ever pop out here, kids,
It's
I'm
gonna be
kinda
twins.
Like, "Eh."
Yeah, don't. Not with how. Well, your child that you have in this day and age is pretty good. So
I need to make sure.
maybe.
Yeah. The chicks locked down first. I
Right.
don't
But
know.
they always say the
I
first
probably
with
would.
twins.
I probably would make sure of that.
I feel like I'm getting talked to by my parents right now.
That's just going forward in your life. You know what I mean? Just like
maybe that's
as a
good thing to
goal,
do.
as a
Right.
goal. I'm not saying it has to be,
As your psychiatrist,
but
I
as a
would like
goal.
to have. I possibly want more kids, just not
with someone.
stupid.
There you go.
Exactly.
Number 4.
Just yep.
To pour some stuff on this,
Professor, pull out
salt.
salt.
I see
movie's
what
the
you
name of
did
it?
there.
She saw what I did.
Salt. I see what you did there.
Oh, did you
Angelina
hit him with
Jolie.
this?
There. Yeah, in Salt Bay. Yeah.
Hit him with this.
Yeah. Nobody can see what you're doing, Wally, because your fucking
Oh.
whole ass
Yeah,
body's
it's okay.
off the
I got
side.
it on this.
I'm
side
a
for you.
fucking giant human. I can't. I am leaning. No, it's my fault. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
You're always leaning. You're always like
I'm a
lounging.
big guy, so if I can
I'm a
like,
big
I
guy.
don't want to sit straight up because then I feel like I'm encroaching on her space.
It's a big couch.
How big do you think this couch is?
Couch
It's not like we're on
I gotta
top of
use
each
2
other.
cameras to fucking get this whole couch in the frame.
My God, you guys focus on yourselves.
Anyways,
Worry about yourself.
Salt with Angelina Jolie. I thought it was a decent movie. It wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't like holy shit to go
I
see
don't
it.
remember.
but-
Like it's been a long time, but I
She got
remember
that
feeling like it
jawline,
was.
son. Do you think she's pretty? I've asked my friends that. And a lot of my friends say no, and I'm like, what?
I think in 90s and 2000s, Jolie
She's
had
still
it going
gorgeous.
on. I think now she's kind of.
She just did that Disney movie, and she looks amazing.
Do you mean
She
the
looks-
one
no,
where
no, no,
she
no, no, no,
has
not
to have
Maleficent.
extreme jawlines and
Right,
horns on her
right.
head?
No, not Maleficent. She just did the Marvel one.
Oh, Eternals.
You guys
she
finish
looked good
my
in
stuff
it.
for me.
I said Eternals.
Do it.
Sorry, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
That
She looked
movie is-
great. They made her blonde.
Yeah. Her her character was stupid to be in that movie.
We're not
Everybody
talking about
was,
her
but-
character.
Okay,
She's
you're right.
talking
Speaking
about
of
what she looks
blonde,
like.
because she's normally got dark hair,
She looked
I
great.
loved her with the blonde, twisty hair and the bright blue eyes in
Gone in 60
Gone in 60 Seconds.
That's the one too.
That's the one.
I'll get okay.
That's
I would
the
say
one.
she's definitely pretty in that movie. Everything else,
She's
got
hot
that weird.
back. She had it go.
Ugh.
I'm telling you, like back
She
back
looks like
then.
a cat to me, so I don't like cats.
She does have those eyes.
There had to
Like,
be
those-
something that happened at one point or another because she doesn't look the same. Like she did the few movies she
Plastic
did around
surgery, I believe, is the thing.
She looks so good
She almost
there.
doesn't even look like plastic surgery because
You got a lot
it
of money
doesn't.
today, and it can be hidden
It's
in
because
other
she's.
ways.
It's more like her face is like really thin, like almost sucked in.
So
And
she
I don't
needs
know
to
that
eat
that's
like
plastic
a-
surgery.
she
I
needs
think
to
it might just
eat
be
a
she's.
cheeseburger or something.
Eleanor.
I don't know. I don't like talking crap on women because like
Yeah, touche.
it's already so much
God,
pressure
she
to
looks so good.
age. You know what I mean?
Right,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. She looks so good.
I'm not, and I don't think she looks bad. I just think I think her prime was
Late 90s.
90s, 2000s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. Top 3 that week.
So this was in it.
The other guys is in it. Inception.
Oh,
Hold on. This is its second week.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
Step Up 3D, its second week.
Okay.
Step Up 3D was in the top 3. The second week it came out.
Let's just you
Step
and I
Up
decide
3D
that that's both
in the
what
top
we would-
three.
That's the third,
That's
right?
at the
That's
bottom.
last.
Okay, so-
okay. I'm going Inception still, even though it's week 2. I'm still going Inception.
Okay.
Other guys,
Step
Step
Up
Up
3D.
3D
with her.
because I can't even believe Step Up 3D's on
I'm
this list.
locked in
But
with her.
You forget how popular dance type movies were.
No,
in
I
the
don't
late
because I was
2000s.
very
You're
big.
telling me that this is number 2?
I'm not
Step
saying
Up's number
that.
2?
I'm just saying.
I
you guys
don't
are
forget because
saying,
listen,
can't believe it's in top
I
3.
loved the first one and I even loved the second one, but then I was like, okay, let's get the fuck on.
It was 2 weeks out too. You
Yeah.
said it was 2 weeks out, just like
Well, this is
Inception.
second week. Yeah.
Steve, you're gonna disappoint me if you say that was
Yeah,
the
I'm
number
gonna
one
be
fucking
wildly
movie
upset.
because
Number 1, Step Up. No.
it fucking better not.
Number 1, The Other Guys. Number 2,
Oh.
Inception. Number 3, Step Up 3D.
Okay, well, at least Step Up 3D was
Right.
last, but I still Inception was so big. I really thought it was gonna be. It would have stayed number 1 second
I
week.
think Inception grew. It was like it was big, and then word of mouth got it out there even more, and then it jumped back up.
that movie had a lot going on
if you
too.
put, like,
like
Guys, like people with starring roles, and you list all their starring role movies. Leonardo's movie selection is probably one of the most iconic
I was
Everywhere.
just so
of
listen.
all
I watched
time.
Catch Me If You Can recently, which is great with him and Tom Hanks.
He's
That's a
got
great
up there
one.
with like the old guys.
But
yeah.
like
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I also just I watched The Departed recently,
Yep.
and I also
you a
watched.
co-op?
Are
Your
you
first-
a co-op?
Was it the first time you watched The Departed?
No.
Okay, I was like,
And I just
So
watched
good.
Wolf of Wall Street last week again.
Wolf of Wall Street's so fucking
And
good.
Wild.
I sat there watching.
I'm
Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up.
I'm saying like I'm watching. You know, these are 3 Leo movies that I've watched in the last like couple weeks. And I said to Carrick, I was like, how the fuck did it take that goddamn bear movie
to like
that's
get
for
probably
him
one
to
of the-
get an Oscar?
That was probably one of the less memorable
it's-
movies.
Like,
that I-
don't get me wrong, he was amazing in it still because that's
but
what he
it's-
does. But
is that
like,
a memorable movie? No.
like holy shit, of all of the things
I think
he's
people got
done,
fed up with him not getting one, and that's how he got that one.
No, I think what it was
Still a great
is
role, though.
you look at his trajectory in his career, right? Like people always thought he was that young kid, hotshot model
But he
kind of
did
dude.
so
that, even though he
much.
wasn't. No, he did, but like no one took him seriously until he started taking serious roles and becoming a great actor. And I feel like everything that he was up against was just a little bit better at those years when he was in great places or great movies. So,
like you're saying, it wasn't him; it was the competition
Right.
around the
You're
same
saying he's
time.
got number 2 movies his whole entire existence, is what you're
right.
telling me.
Even though the great performances, what he was going up against was like, fuck,
It's
we
still. I
can't
mean,
not
I
do
get
this
what you're
movie.
saying, but I still think it's a travesty that it took that long,
Oh,
and
for
that it was
sure.
that movie that he got
I agree.
an Oscar
I
for.
agree. But again, it's a popularity contest. It's a hey,
It's just a
here's
shame.
some money and give me a
It's
fucking.
sad.
It is, but it's Hollywood, baby.
I love
It's
what's
Hollywood,
the
baby.
what's the
Hollywood, baby.
my God, what is the movie or show? There's some. It may be New Girl where she's like, and whatever model Leonardo DiCaprio's dating, and he's like, oh, Leo's not gonna settle down. Yeah. Like the guy's like, he's not ready. Like he's like joking about. He's like, Leo's not gonna settle down.
You're right. He should have won an Oscar for his performance in Django.
Things.
Oh, that was super good.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Super good. There's plenty of them.
But he was also, I mean, Wolf of Wall Street was
great,
and everyone in that movie was great.
Honestly,
like there wasn't like
Dude,
a
he is
flaw.
even earlier on, like Titanic and stuff. Like that's crazy.
Yes.
That's fucking nutty that that didn't.
One of my
I love
favorite.
that him and her are still like even today are like very close.
Yeah, good for them. They
I
should
love
be.
that.
Hate me like one of your French girls.
What was the other one they did? The Aviator? Was that the other one that the two of them were in together?
Yeah.
believe so, yeah.
Was it that one?
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know if she. He was.
There was another. Well, yeah, he was, but there was another one they did together, and I don't
Yeah.
remember. Oh no!
It wasn't the Aviator.
It wasn't the Aviator, but it was another one from like it was
That
based like
era.
in the 50s or 60s or something.
One of my favorite Leo movies that a lot of people forget about is Shutter Island.
I love that movie.
That movie is just not talked about a lot.
I actually
and,
watched
oof,
that just
great.
like earlier this year because it came up, and I was like, oh yeah, let's watch that.
Great movie.
I love movies with twists in it, so
Oh,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
was.
I love movies where they're building to a twist, and you're like,
And you're
well,
still trying to
this is-
figure it out.
No, this is obviously the twist. Like you think it's
But
telling you
that's
that.
what I mean. Like you're like,
But
okay,
then
this
there's-
is, and
Yeah, and then there's another
Whoa.
twist.
He's sitting on the stoop with Mark Ruffalo at the end, and he's just like pretending. They're like pretending, or at least you think they're pretending.
Right.
Super good. Inception, right? The ending of that with the
Yep.
yeah, because you still
you
don't
don't
know.
know, yeah.
Dreidel or
We
whatever
still
it is.
don't know.
Which is Totem.
They never show it,
Yeah, there's a
Right.
thousand theories.
It bobbles, but then keeps
but
spinning.
then keeps going. So you
Perfect
really
ending.
will never know.
There's a few really good twist endings. That one's like one of the perfect ones.
Memento's up there with one of the best twist endings of all time, and if you haven't seen that, I'm not going to
What do you think is the best ending to a movie? Not
no, you
twist.
can't do that. There's so. I mean,
I was watching.
Come on.
I was watching Whiplash again the other day, and the way that fucking
I still
movie
haven't seen
ended,
Whiplash.
I was like,
I feel like as a musician, I'm letting people that I haven't
Imagine-
seen that I haven't seen that.
imagine
kind of, but it's a
wanting-
musician, not a singer type thing. Too,
It doesn't
right?
even-
So-
you don't have to-
But you're
I'm
right. It
sorry.
transcends it.
yeah.
I need to bring this up because I
geez,
feel
here we
like,
go. I didn't say that like that.
but you know, but and I'm not saying it in a negative way because I really do want to know: are singers not musicians?
No, they
Of
are.
course they are. What do you?
No,
I was
I know, but
trying
I'm serious
to-
because that's not the first time that's been said in my presence. Not by you. I mean,
No,
in
you're
general.
not. You're not an instrumentalist.
Thank you. That's
that,
yeah.
yes,
different-
but
there's a
like
different
I've said,
terminology.
musician,
Your voice is an instrument.
Sure.
but you're not
Anyways.
playing it. But you know what I mean.
You're not
Like,
100%.
I have definitely
Some
had
people play
people
the
be
vocal
like,
cords.
"Are you a musician?" I feel like you're just a singer, and I'm like, I feel like
Take
still a musician.
take
but-
all the shit out of Whiplash. It did the most perfect thing for a movie, and it wanted you to feel a specific way, and it didn't give you it until the very end of the fucking movie, and you were waiting for it so much, right? That,
was like tension
that
was
happiness
building.
Payoff.
You know what? You're right because there's
And
a
it
point.
didn't
No
give to you-
spoilers.
and then they fuck it. They give it, and then
That's
it's
Miles
perfect.
Teller, isn't it?
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I really like
perfect.
it.
so
Watch
no,
that fucking movie.
No
You'll love
spoilers.
it.
They do a thing where you think that's it, right? Like that's the end of the movie almost, where you're like, okay, we're
and
not
then it
gonna
keeps-
get,
and then it
we're not gonna get
carries
that.
on.
Yeah, it's
I really like and I've heard a lot of good
Not my
things about that
fucking
movie.
tempo.
I just haven't. A lot of times the movies that are because it
He
wasn't
should
that
wanted a fucking award for.
Are you rushing or are you dragging?
wasn't that nominated
not
for
my
like
time.
It was.
that was like one like the
tempo.
best movie of the
Oh,
for
yeah.
that when it came out.
That's one of the best movies of the past 10 years. There's like maybe 5 movies for
So
me that
here's
are like.
so at first I didn't watch it because a lot I've done this a lot where I've watched the movies that were nominated for the best movie of the year, and a lot of times I think they fall short, and like a lot of
Yeah.
times I'm like, why was this nominated? And I'm sure they had their reasons for whatever they are, but sometimes they don't bring the entertainment value that I'm looking for. So I waited
on
on
an
it.
individual level. Yeah,
So I waited on it, but I do still want to watch it because I really like him.
Yeah. Well, my big thing with the Academy Awards or the Oscars or whatever, it's like a fucking country club.
Yeah.
So if you're not in,
Yeah.
you ain't getting. You might get nominated, but you ain't gonna win, or even not even nominated, right? So there's been the biggest thing about Netflix movies for a long time now, and obviously they're in now, but they weren't being
Yeah.
Put it in the same
recognized
category, yeah.
because well, it's just streaming. What does it matter? It's still the fucking same.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So.
I do though. Like
It's always drama.
I was excited to see, so like with the other guys, like I was excited to see Marky Mark branching out and doing something different.
Well, Peacock, you
And
let me fly.
I thought it was great. And I've
Plie.
liked a lot of the comedy movies that he's been in since then.
Yeah.
But when they did Daddy's Home together, I was like, oh, okay, cool, another Farrell Wahlberg matchup, and I wasn't.
Well, that's because
I think the dads were hilarious.
Yeah.
In that.
John Lithgow. Oh
yeah,
my
he
God.
did a great.
Great.
As a soft dad.
Yeah. But that was the second one, though, right? So,
Yeah, with Mel Gibson.
Which
and-
that was
sorry.
better because Mark Wahlberg was being not the asshole.
Yeah.
Right? Where I feel like Daddy's Home, the first one, suffered because I wanted what they're doing in this movie. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't that at
You
all.
wanted them to be more like...
Right, exactly. Buddy and whatnot,
Yeah.
which they become, but it still took a while to get there. Now, his wife, what's her face from Grandma's Boy? Excuse you. I absolutely
dying.
love anything she's in. Did I catch you wrong on that? Why?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
She
I was gonna
inhaled
say.
with
Okay.
her lungs.
All right, with her lungs. You went in the wrong pipe.
Not the gullet.
Okay, not the not the gullet. You okay?
My instrument.
Oh, right. Your instrument is getting fucked up.
It's like a bagpipe.
It's a bag. It's a bagpipe.
Anyways,
I lost all track of thought. The actress that plays his wife, who's also in Grandma's Boy,
Retrace them
Scooby-Doo.
words.
I absolutely love her.
Velma.
Anything she's been, anything
The
she's
Velma
in.
chick.
She's also the wife in.
She's also the reason I love women that dress like her now.
Okay, there you go. No, she's
Scooby-Doo.
No. Yeah, put on this fucking dog.
Put it on, goddammit. No. She's the
Yeah, you
wife.
look like a mountain.
She's the wife of Hawkeye in the MCU.
Oh yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Speaking of, she put mayonnaise on her fucking hot
Right.
dog.
The hot guy.
Hawkeye, not the hot guy.
There's where her head's at.
Although
Jesus
still,
Christ.
She put
he's
Yeah.
hot.
mayonnaise.
sing.
Jeremy Renner.
He can sing.
He can.
Isn't he like a
Yeah.
Trump supporter, like weird dude?
Oh, why we
he?
always got to go there?
Is he?
But
I don't know.
I have
anyways,
no idea.
can we talk about the elephant
Yeah.
in the room?
Let's
She
hear it.
liked mayonnaise on her hot dog
Excuse me.
in that movie, in the in game. What's her face like mayonnaise on her hot dog? His wife, the girl we're talking about.
Yeah.
Would you put
is that a
mayonnaise on?
joke?
Do you put mayonnaise on a hot
No.
dog?
You put
Would
it
you
on-
put mayonnaise on a hot dog?
No.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
I think it's because of the horizontal and vertical plane that it's not a
Hold on.
sandwich.
I don't
it
feel
only,
it's a sandwich.
It only
I don't
becomes
think it is either.
a sandwich if the bottom part of the bun becomes separate from the other bun.
So hold on.
So if it's not a C,
I've
it's not a
thought about
sandwich.
this.
Okay.
I've thought.
We're gonna
about
break it
this,
down.
right? So
is a hot dog a sandwich?
I've been
people?
here. So I don't
I've
think
been here too.
So you have to look at historical sandwiches, right? So
Look at the
Subway-
historical documents.
So Subway,
I'm afraid now.
they've called
Yeah,
themselves
don't drink. You're gonna die.
sandwich artisans,
No, they're not.
right? But the thing is,
are
they're
they?
still in a hot dog formation, but on the side. So I think the only difference
You
between
made
Yeah, but they're called and subs are sandwiches.
you don't eat a sub with the.
No, you still turn it.
You have to have it sideways. So I think the only thing that's really definitive.
I eat my hot dog sideways.
depends
need to
on.
talk.
Hold on. It depends on what's on top of my hot dog, right? If I'm getting a dog with a lot of toppings,
Yeah,
So
so
eat it
maybe it's
straight.
a sub.
So
But
that's the difference because I really only do ketchup and mustard most
Right.
of the time, and I put it kind of underneath so it's in the bun so that
Right.
I always get some in.
yeah,
See, I was that guy for a while, and I was getting tired of my stuff feeling soggy.
we gotta
Eat
eat
it
faster.
faster.
Right? Well, I
What
was
if
like,
I
I
have like
gobble
a
'em
Cody
down.
dog or something like that? There's logistics here we got to think about. I
So,
can have a foot long
listen.
hot
I was
dog.
gonna say I got foot long. By the time we get to the
listen,
end,
man.
it's soggy
Don't
as shit.
belittle me.
Listen,
Belittle my hot
at
dog. in it.
Lisa, listen.
restaurants, hot dogs and sandwiches are separated on the menu.
You're right.
They are not in the sandwich section on menus.
Yeah. Wait, say it again.
Hot dogs and sandwiches are separated on menus. They are not.
considered
Hot dogs
subs.
are not under
But-
the sandwich
But
section.
so are
Yes.
burgers.
Burgers aren't sandwiches.
Would they not be? Just
No.
meat between
Maybe
two
this
buns.
is like one of those situations where it's like, yo, gray is silver, but silver isn't gray.
Oh,
It's true. It's
You know
not.
what I'm saying?
It's
philosophical.
I'm a
Philosophical.
philosophizer.
I'm a
But it's true.
Googleizer.
Burgers are.
I do think it's the orientation of the bread also that.
But
plays
it's true
into it.
because burgers at restaurants, if sandwiches and burgers are on the same part of the menu, it does say burgers and sandwiches. It does like still separate them out.
This is my brain's exploding here. All
it's
the possibilities.
orientation of the
We're-
fucking bread. That's it.
It's it.
Guys, see us every
That is
week
it.
to see us conquer the world's biggest
So
debates.
you got questions, we have fucking answers. So hamburgers have to be within some sort of circular bread thing on two sides, and it has to be that shape of bread. A sandwich has to be on a specific kind of bread.
So
Also,
what if you have chicken salad or ham and cheese or whatever on a potato roll?
Sandwich.
Oh fuck!
I just got the best idea for a burger right now. Are you ready?
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Make a burger. Hold on.
I actually prefer my sandwiches on rolls. That's why I said that.
I like a bagel. I
On a
love
pretzel
my sandwich
bun.
on bagels
Anyways,
too. You know, like
Make your burger the way you would normally make it, right? Do your thing, stack it all up, whatever. Then you're gonna take like a cylindrical tube and cut it, like boom, right, and take it all.
there's
everything
nothing
out.
left of that. That's a sandwich.
No, I'm not. This is beyond the conversation
so
we're
that
having.
they're all
we're taking this
even.
we're taking this to the next
Exactly.
level.
So that when you serve it, it is one circular,
It's
perfect
perfectly
everything.
even.
Everything on the outside is just perfect.
See, but I like my bun
So
to be
then
a
what I-
little bit wider
What
than.
happens when I turn that circular thing like this on a plate?
Then you
Why
have a
would you do
flying
that?
saucer that's
Is it a
sideways.
Because then it's not a sandwich.
Is it a what?
Is it a fat sub they did a shitty job putting together?
Is a sub a sandwich?
I think in Subway's eyes it is.
Then why would we call it a sub?
So are they all subs?
Why isn't
that-
it just a sandwich then?
All
Why
right,
does it have
hold
another
on.
name?
I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a hot dog with us, put it in our back pocket, and walk into Subway. Okay. Then we're gonna ask the guy who's making our Subway
The
sandwich.
17-year-old boy
Clearly,
behind
we're
the
gonna
counter.
ask
the
this-
most
hold
about
on.
what we did.
We're gonna ask the fucking sandwich artist, bro. What you're making right now, is that a sandwich? And when he goes yes, pull that fucking hot dog out and be like, is this a sandwich then? And see what he says.
You
I'm
brought
not sure
your
I'm
own
gonna
food.
base. I'm not sure I'm gonna base my outlook on this on a 17-year-old artisan at Subway.
I'm
We're gonna
looking
go
this
to
up
the
right now.
Subway.
We're deciding this.
We're going
right
to the
now.
Subway headquarters, wherever that
you
is,
can't
probably St.
Google
Louis,
it because
Missouri.
it's the same debate online. I promise. Because
Have you already
I've
looked
done
it up?
this.
Is
yeah.
there like a can we get like a
There's a community. I swear.
all right, we're gonna put a Twitter poll up. Is a hot dog a sandwich, and thus does that mean a burger is a sandwich?
Because if
What is
a
a
burger
sandwich?
was a sandwich,
Right.
That's what we should start
why
with.
is it called? Like, why do we have another name for it?
because you can't sell a hot dog like you can a sandwich. I don't know.
I'm talking about a burger.
Oh, sorry.
Why do
'cause
we
a
call
burger-
them burgers if they are sandwiches?
Because you're eating a bagger.
A bagger, a cheese bagger.
Right. I don't know.
It's the bread.
It's the bread.
It's the shape and orientation according
It's-
to
Then-
cuberule.com.
It's the plates.
So it's not a sandwich. I mean, I stand by it not being a
The hot
sandwich.
dog is in its
regardless.
own
I don't
rule.
really care.
It's in its own thing.
I told you it's in its own section on menus.
Here's my question.
Well, that's why you
Hold
didn't.
on.
I agree with you.
If you take a piece of bread and another piece of bread and put it between my head or on the outsides of my head, am I a sandwich?
Nuh-uh, Steve, you're a whole ass snack.
Oh.
Hey!
We're gonna-
Hey, okay, it's called
No,
the cube rule. So, classic sandwiches, grilled cheese in a cube, Reuben in a
grilled
cube,
cheese.
PJ in a
So is a grilled cheese? a
PB and J,
sandwich?
sorry, in
Yes.
a cube.
Okay.
All
It's
sandwiches.
called a grilled cheese
Oh,
sandwich,
you're right.
technically.
Damn it.
Hot dogs are the type of bread and the orientation.
Hot,
of the
they get a
bread.
dog.
Okay, so if I then take a hot dog and put it between two things of sliced white
Hot
bread,
dogs are
Which
also-
don't say you've never done it, because if
Everybody's
you don't
done
have
it.
if you don't have
Right.
hot dog
Then
rolls
is that a
and you
sandwich?
still want a hot dog,
here's even something different for you.
So when I was like dirt poor and I was rolling
Yeah.
up a hot dog in a piece of bread.
Yeah, that's a sandwich. Have you ever chopped up? You ready? Have you ever taken a hot dog and chopped it up into thinly sliced coins and put that all over bread and made a sandwich?
absolutely not.
Is that not a sandwich
I
though
have
at that point?
absolutely not done
But
that.
hold on.
Sandwich discussion
Hold
is
on.
going way too far.
Is that not a sandwich at that point? Because that would be like
What is it?
taking-
It's a hot dog sandwich.
right, but it,
When you
Ooh.
buy the big old
dog
bulk
sandwich.
packs of bread rolls
Yeah.
and then you slap them all on top of each other
Mhm.
and then you put stuff in between,
Mhm.
like whatever you want.
Yeah.
It could be buffalo chicken dip.
Sure.
It could be like whatever.
it's a sandwich.
Uh-huh. The sandwich.
But those are rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a different orientation of
But
bread.
there's sandwich rolls.
Fuck.
They have sandwich
All right,
rolls.
I just came up with the best.
So now we got subdivisions of
Hold on.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
There's
the
sandwich
best
rolls.
idea of getting a hot dog as a sandwich. You take a piece of bread, white bread. How many hot dogs does it take to go across that piece of bread? And then you put the other piece of bread on top of it. There's your hot dog sandwich.
I bet you if I cut a hot dog like in a strip
half.
vertical.
Put it
Yeah.
on.
And then I laid it down.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
becomes
its
sandwich.
own sandwich.
Well, because, okay.
It's a bologna sandwich.
No,
Listen,
no, hold on,
listen,
hold on.
Sandwich.
Listen.
You cut the hot dog and cook it, right? Then you put another hot dog in between, and then the bread of the hot dog becomes a hot dog, and we got a hot dog and a hot dog.
But
And
listen.
that's a sandwich of a hot dog.
Because here's the thing.
Inception.
The roll
Where's my dreidel?
that
Sandwich
you put the
dog.
hot dog in is not the hot dog. Like if you buy hot dogs, the hot dog is a hot dog whether it's in a bun or not.
What about those buns that are
You know
just
what I mean?
holes that they stick the fucking hot dog straight down into, and it's like one big old cylindrical fucking mess
So a
of
corn
corn.
like-
dog's in its own thing then, just like a hot dog.
I'm not
Yeah,
even
a
talking
corn
about what you're
dog.
saying.
Yeah.
Is a corn
Yes.
dog a sandwich
No.
on a stick?
No.
You sure?
Is it a popsicle?
Can I?
Oh.
Why aren't there any more meats on sticks?
There's lots. You've ever skewered? Like you ever do a
Skewered, you can
kebab?
skewer anything, man.
It's from. There's something about
So if I
Mary.
put a sandwich
kebab
on a skewer,
anything.
Good. I'd bob your ass. I don't know.
If I make my grilled cheese on a skewer.
All right, this is the clip for the week, Steve. I already feel it.
The sandwich. The
We
sandwich
just-
artists.
We have just decided.
Do they eat hot dogs in the other guys? Is there a way we can tie this to because I swear they might.
There are in New York, right?
Could be.
New York hot dogs. I don't fucking know how you fucking Marky Mark, say hi to your mother for me. I don't know.
Gators bitches better be wearing jimmies.
Gotcha. Tomatometer time. What do we think this movie was on the
Cry.
Rotten Tomatoes score?
No,
Roddy
they don't.
Roddy T's. Out of 100%, what do we think critics and audience gave this? We're going to Tara first because she wants to go first now. So Wally doesn't have to go. Fuck.
We say the same thing 90% of the time.
I know,
Oh,
that's
so-
true.
Very true.
I think
I'm a peacock. And I gotta fly.
yeah. I think I'm gonna go like 60, 70 range.
Okay.
While
You
you're gonna
got-
say
you
this,
got
I
it.
was
You
going to
gotta-
say 65.
I have to give an actual
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
separate, right?
Yeah.
We're doing critics
I
and
think
audience. Or are we doing the tomato?
Critics and audience Rotten
You
Tomato
said-
score.
yeah, you
And
said
if you
critics.
want to, you can throw in an IMDb on that as well. Why not just do all three? But
I'm gonna say
Higher critics, lower. Or lower critics, higher audience.
it's normally that way with movies like this, right? You would
Yeah.
think
I think
every-
I think
I'll do
it's
65, 70.
65 for critics, 70s for audience.
Yes.
Lock it in.
Locked in, baby.
All right.
I'm gonna go the other way around.
So 70 critics, 65 audience.
Just cause I want
Just because she wants to.
Okay.
Okay. It is critics 78%, audience 60%.
So she was right.
Closer,
In a
yeah.
kind
in a
of,
sense,
but
in a
I'm
sense.
surprised it's that.
Me
different.
too. I would think audience would like this movie more than the critics would, and I wouldn't think the critics would be at a 78.
That's wild.
I mean,
Right.
if so, I would have. Even if the critics were high, I would have thought the audience would have been high with them.
Well, I mean, that,
Right.
You know,
right.
I would have thought they would have been at least closer.
Yeah.
so that IMDb at like 6.5, 7 then.
That's what I was gonna say.
6.6.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Every time, man.
Every time.
60% of the time.
It works every time. So who's
Panther.
who's our favorite characters of this movie?
Oh God.
I love the Arnie Palmy.
Really,
he's
the
like-
guy who's in it for all of 3 minutes.
He's like sitting like this on the couch, right? he's
like,
you
you'd think with my beard.
He's like, no. This is bald. It's just
No,
the way
he goes.
does- what does
He
say? He's
goes shaved. Shaved.
God damn it.
like, Arnie Palmy. It's another
I
duo
think-
there too, by the way. Him and his wife.
Yeah. Kristen.
Christina.
What is it?
It's the guy from fucking Stranger Things, and I love
Yes.
him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm
But,
all
like,
about
what's
that
her
Probably
guy.
one of the
It's
best characters in that scene.
Christineth or something.
It is Christina because he says Kristen and she's like, it's Christineth. Are you stupid?
Yeah. Right.
You coming to my wife's house?
You get my wife's name wrong.
I need to know what this guy's been in besides this and Stranger Things because I want to see.
He's been
He's
in other
definitely
things.
had like parts like that, like
Oh, yeah.
random.
He plays the exact
Supporting
same
roles.
guy in Stranger Things too. It
I
feels
love
like.
him. I remember
Yeah.
in the beginning when he was first in Stranger Things, I was like, God, this guy's annoying. And by the most recent season, I was like, he's my favorite character.
Oh, dude!
I love
Has
him.
everyone seen all of Stranger Things? In this
Yes.
room?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, the season 4 where they're in the plane and he's like
Yes.
karate. He's like, I've never actually used it.
Yeah.
And he fucking rips him.
Yeah,
it
kicks
was
that
great.
dude's ass.
I liked it.
I don't know. I think my favorite character, like typically, I would lean towards Marky Mark on a lot of things, but I think I'm going Will Ferrell in this one for my favorite
Okay.
character. Because I think Terry was a little bit of a loose cannon.
a little bit.
A little bit. And I think Will Ferrell, for the most part, had his head on right. And he didn't. And you know what?
Doing what most of them do.
And you know what? He didn't give up on the case.
Oh no, he didn't.
Even when Terry had to walk a beat.
He's the only reason that they got the case.
Yeah, I love when he shows up in the captain's office and he's like, "Gator needs his get," and he's on the phone and he just like takes it out and hands it to him, no questions asked. Like,
perfect.
It's funny. It is funny. Is that what you're going with?
Steve's favorite character is going to be Michael Keaton.
Whoa, for what? Yeah, for my Arnie Palmy.
Arnold Paul.
I cannot believe of this entire movie that's your favorite character.
I don't want to pick the two main ones. I want to be that guy. Is what I'm doing.
So I was like leaning with Michael Keaton because it's Michael Keaton. I love Michael Keaton, but Dwayne Johnson and Samuel L. Jackson have the best.
Again, you guys are picking characters who were barely in this movie.
But I'm saying, like, they have the best part of this movie. You know what I mean? Like, you don't if you watched any of the trailers and whatnot, they're promoted in it, and then you go and see it, and like the whole first part of the movie, you're like, all right, these guys are in the movie. Like, this is what the movie's about, and then just aim for the bushes.
Listen, there was another movie, and I don't remember the exact name of it, which may be good because then I'm not really giving as much away if you haven't seen it. But there was a movie, and Carrick and I both wanted to see it, so we went to the theaters to see it instead of like waiting for it to come out. And Ryan Reynolds was in it, and I was like, okay, cool, because I also get to, watch Ryan Reynolds. He dies in like the first 20 minutes of the movie, and I was like, we can go now. Like, what the like? Are you kidding?
I don't need to be here.
I was like, why did they do this to me? It was like that space movie he was in. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the first 20 minutes. I was like, are you kidding?
Crawls in a suit and shit.
Who else was in that? Jake Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah. There's somebody else.
What a weird movie.
Woman.
Is it Anne? No.
Anne H. No.
No, but she was in this.
Oh.
And now she'll never be in anything again.
No, she did. R.I.P. All right, what was our favorite part or scene?
So many.
Man.
It's hard, right?
I mean, a classic is the tuna speech. That's a big. I also really love when they're fighting at the funeral, and not just the fight, and not just that part, but when Michael Keaton comes in and he has to yell at them quietly.
Yeah.
Like his face is so angry, but he's whispering and everything.
Whoever wrote it was genius.
Yeah.
You know that's written down.
Well, and again, like Michael Keaton just kills it, man. Yeah. Like, tell me what movie
all the
he's
TLC
not good in.
references. Like, I love that they carried that through.
Yep.
And they even played Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls like for the last scenes of the movie.
He's like, I gotta work here, but then I gotta go to my shift at Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't need this, you know.
I love when he's doing the speech at Bed Bath & Beyond, and he's like, okay, the towels or whatever, and then he's like, and we've got a guy doing. Oh wait, that's my other job. Really is, and then he goes, you guys don't have to worry about that. Oh well, unless you live around like whatever, then worry about it. Because he's getting his jobs like
right. It's funny. It's fucking funny.
Yeah, the whole thing is just, and like you said, the whole like him insulting Eva Mendes like just right to her face, just straight up like
is great
insulting her. And Mark Wahlberg's like, don't talk to her like that.
I think
she looks great.
Right,
she looks like a hot piece of garbage.
Oh look!
Oh my god! Nice movie.
Yeah. What a good
seriously, who is that?
Can I do for the first time? Can I do just like the exchange of?
You can do whatever you want
instead of like scene, but it's like a group of scenes. Every time they talk to the other two cops,
Damon Wayans Jr. and Rob Riggle.
Every fucking exchange in the movie is perfect.
The death pop is oh my god,
fucking good.
We're gonna give you this training gun.
Exactly what I think banter would be like.
Yeah,
between
you
know what I'm
cops.
saying? When he crashed the car, the Scarface shit is so perfect. It's all good. The fight is also perfect.
I love when they're like in a classroom doing like show and tell when the call gets in.
Going to ride along. He like, give
me the gun, pass him the gun, pass him the gun, give the gun.
We gotta go.
They take the little girl and then they're like rushing a thing, and she's like in the back seat, just like sliding around.
That is good.
There's really not like a lull in this. You know what I mean? Like there's not like
the only lulls is with Steve Coogan, but Steve Coogan still kills it, like the bad guy in the movie, right? Yeah. But it needs to be right. It needs to be there.
Oh my god, where he gives them he keeps giving them tickets to stuff. And then, but he does it again. They take the tickets twice, and he offers them a third time. But then even later, when they're dragging him out of that building, at the end he does it again. He's like, it's a skewed vision, but I can, at this point that's all I've got left.
It's perfect.
Like he's still trying to bribe them even then.
Yeah. So my favorite parts is gonna be the aim for the bushes scene. I'm all in with The Rock and fucking Samuel Jackson right now. Because
I'm saying if they do that, I'll go watch that shit. I'm
oh
in.
yeah,
I'm
they need
all
to
in.
watch. They need to make a prequel of just them doing stupid stuff, almost like a
But it has to
Starsky
be them being as stupid as they.
right. I was gonna say Starsky and
Yeah.
Hutch kind of like movie, but with them as the starring role. Like that would
Yes.
be. I'm here for it. And then the thanks for the F Shack scene where they're getting the car back.
was my
is-
second one.
Yeah, it's just too funny.
Well, and they even do that again too, like a second time.
Right.
Like they towed. He's like, that was an official police car, and they were like, well, there were some hobos having a gangbang in it. So, and he's like, again.
Thanks for the F Shack.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
I love when they
call
do-
that a stack and jack.
I love when they do that really cool, like transition through the bar when they're out drinking,
God,
and it's all just
Oh,
frozen. Like,
oh yeah, we completely glossed
Shots.
over that.
That's what I love when he like keeps walking off to sing.
yeah.
Do you know how
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
He's like, hold on, it's my turn. He goes
Yeah.
off, he sings,
And
and he
their
comes out.
Harry Potter books were burned.
And it's what's funny is like during this time, like there was a lot of movies that were doing that slow mo or like the 3D
Yeah.
look around
The
where
panoramic.
It was
stuff
really,
yeah.
and it was so, everything was so random. Like it started with them just drinking at a table,
Right.
and then it just got progressively worse.
So good.
It was a great shot too.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm sure that was hard to do.
Single shot montage.
Right. Okay.
Right?
was
You
really
Yeah,
cool,
something like
though.
that. Yeah. A single shot.
You like
montage.
singing those sad songs? Yeah, I like the history of them.
Burning
So-
Harry Potter books.
I don't think I need to ask these next two questions, but I'm going to. But I'm going to combine them together. Were we entertained, and would we recommend it to our mothers?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
My dad also, like, this is one of my dad's favorite movies.
Oh.
He loves this movie.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, that's kind of
Papa.
cool.
he does. This
Papa.
one, and Wedding Crashers are like two of his like.
Oh. Baba
Carrick
Ganoush.
Carrick also loves this movie.
Sorry, I'm not sorry.
He loves to quote the tuna,
Were they
the
nice? Were they firm?
tuna line part. But like the end of it,
Did you baby bab him?
the-
You motorboat him? You did. You did. You motorboat
Did you motorboat, son of a bitch? Is she still in the house?
Were they
I
nice?
love
Were they firm?
I love the part in that
No.
movie when he
Call me
like
kitty
kitty cat. No, when
I realize the women I'm tracked to is like that girl that's like, I'll find you.
oh Jesus Christ.
Because I ain't fighting.
I think that's it. I think it's the
Oh.
problem.
I had to
There
make
we
the
go.
redhead the crazy one.
Always.
Perfect.
No, the part that I really like is when in the beginning he's like, I'm packing a sleeping bag for my friend, and like the one girl's
And
like,
she's
isn't
like,
that weird
"Oh my
and gay?
God."
He's like, you look gay about hanging out with your best friend and sleeping over at their
I mean,
house. Like
maybe if his parents hadn't died when he was young, so
Right.
you made a promise that you'd
Thank you,
stay
Tim.
with him every day on his birthday. And she's just like, oh my God, you're so sweet.
maybe
Wedding
we're
season.
two brothers with an emerging maple syrup conglomerate.
What do we know about maple syrup? I know everything there is to know about maple syrup. I like to take a little bit, put it in my hair.
God damn it. Hey. The fun facts of the
I feel like I always need to Bill and Ted the shit out of that.
Ooh.
Like
I think you should cover it one time. Just come in here and just like,
With a guitar just ready
yeah,
to go.
and just
Maybe.
like learn it
Oh,
with
I'm
your
sure he's got it.
instrument.
Well, he did do the
Here we
intro
go.
song.
There we go. Hashtag never forget.
He did do all the solos on the intro the intro song, our song, the song that comes on when we
Yeah, I
start the
recorded
episode
it.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Sorry.
With my voice.
with my voice, with my instrument. The idea of teaming up with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg had been gestating since the 79th Annual Academy
Gestating.
Awards in 2007.
Did you steal that off the internet? Or was that your own words?
These are
Copy
There's
and paste.
no way you
Copy
just.
and paste.
I'm
for
copy and pasting.
Definitely
trivia
copied and
facts.
pasted.
I'm not.
I was like, look at you.
You think I'm that
fucking
Gestating.
educated savage.
educated savage? So let me just restart this.
Look, I
Sorry. Go for
just
it.
ate dinner, so never mind. I was trying to figure out a word for gestated, but I couldn't.
He's gestating over there.
Because you're not as smart as Steve to use that word.
I ate dinner, so I gestated.
I'm gestating.
Oh my God.
The idea of teaming Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg
Christ.
had been gestating since the 79th Annual Academy Awards in 2007, where Will had been viciously insulting other actors as part of a bit, but became
Oh,
extremely
yeah.
polite to Mark Wahlberg when he talked about him.
Oh.
Because that was like part of it, because he was like He didn't want to get his ass beat.
Right.
Yes.
Because he
Yeah.
was stacking and jacking. Thanks for the F shack.
Called this a hobo soup kitchen.
Stop humming that song.
The role of Detective Highsmith was originally written for Michael Chiklis in mind. However, when offered the part, he turned it down to avoid being typecasted after the series finale of his acclaimed police drama, The Shield.
Oh.
I kind of like it better because of fucking Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
Right.
agreed.
But still would have been funny, right? If he did that same role.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Is what I was, I guess, owing about. I'm like, oh, okay.
But then we would have lost Michael Keaton.
Right, and I don't.
Can't do that.
I can't do that.
Do that.
Right. Detective Gamble is a fan of the Little River Band. The Little River
Awesome.
Band recorded a song called The Other Guy in 1982.
Oh, full circle. Kind of.
Kind of.
Full circle, kind of.
Kind of. Here's my favorite fun fact. In the 1998 movie A Night at the Roxbury, Eva Mendes makes an appearance as a bridesmaid that Will Ferrell couldn't stop staring
That's
at.
right.
Oh.
Hey, you from out of
circle.
town?
Oh.
Yeah,
oh,
like
that's it?
while he's literally
Yeah.
getting married, like while he's standing up there,
Right.
he's like hitting on the
And his
bridesmaid.
dad's like, it's your wedding.
Stop. And she's just like looking around, like,
Oh my God.
do I answer?
My favorite part during that scene too is when the priest asks him like if he wants to marry. He's like, "Oh, my dad already paid for catering,
Yes. So
so we're good."
yeah.
There was a possibility of Mark Wahlberg and Michael Keaton also working together in Batman Forever years earlier, as Mark Wahlberg was considered to play Robin, and of course
he probably
Michael
would have been a good
Keaton
Robin.
was offered the chance to wear the cape again.
I think he probably would have made a good Robin.
At that time, I think so. 'Cause
I
he
mean,
was
nothing
you
against
think
Chris
he'll-
O'Donnell, but like,
same.
Old man Batman, you think Keaton?
Oh. So it's
like
so
Keaton
the
as
Flash,
Batman.
right?
I know,
Which
right? That's
we
what
don't
I'm
even
saying.
know if that's coming out anymore. Apparently, has been screening.
What happened
a
to that
lot.
fucking guy? He went off the deep end, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's like running around wild somewhere.
He's-
They can't find that motherfucker
he
anymore.
Well,
like
he
he like
turned
ran
himself
off with
in.
like a
A little girl, yeah.
16-year-old or something.
Yeah. But anyways, he
Oh yeah,
turned
he
himself
did,
in
and he's
now,
like,
and he's
sorry,
apologizing.
I went through some.
right.
crazy
yeah,
shit.
The videos he put up.
Lock 'em up.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Get
right.
that motherfucker out of here.
I think they're trying to save face, and they're trying to get this movie out. And once the movie's out, and it does
Maybe
its
they'll
thing,
do something about it.
you're gone.
Yeah.
Right. Because the movie they spent so much money on, and they even said, and spoilers for anybody who's gonna, and who knows if we're gonna see this movie. Christopher Reeve is in The Flash.
Oh shit!
They went back and did this crazy shit where they like CG'd him into it and like all this stuff. So Michael Keaton's like supposedly in 50% of the movie as like the old man Batman.
Fucking bitch.
Right. So this movie
have to see
supposed
that.
to be good. Like so Ben Affleck's in it. Fucking Wonder
Ben
Woman's
Affleck
in it.
is in it too.
As Batman. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's all these
But
different
Ben Affleck was also
They're fucking.
Daredevil.
They're marveling
so
the
that's
fuck out of
Marvel,
confusing
yeah.
too.
Exactly. They're doing multiversal time
Jesus.
travel and I want to see it. It's either going to be a mess or fucking
Listen,
awesome.
I'm not gonna like look. I thought it was cool with the spider, like that they, had all the Spider-Man people.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Merman.
Spider-Man.
Merman.
Merman. All of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Barnacle boy.
it was cool. It was cool, but they're taking the multiverse stuff too far. I feel like it's going to start to get confusing the more they do with it.
Well, so in the
This is
MCU,
what happened, right? They just all the rewrites.
Yeah.
yeah,
How's this gonna work?
it's fine. We got a multiverse.
Multiverse.
But,
Yeah.
but the thing is, in the MCU, it does make sense if you're looking to the comics because that's where they're going and that's where they have to go. So they kind of have to do this in order to do certain things that they're eventually going to get into.
I feel like they made that choice, and they didn't explain it because they knew enough of us were going to try to explain it to
Right,
everybody
exactly.
else.
Yeah, the nerds got
Like,
it. It's
I
fine.
liked- I mean-
Exactly. I feel like that's exactly what they did.
I supported it in the Spider-Man movie because I did want to see Andrew Garfield again because like
When you break it down, though, it doesn't make any sense.
know.
My favorite-
And yes, Andrew
I love
Garfield
him.
is my favorite Spider-Man.
I
as
also
well.
feel like he
besides the '94 Spider-Man.
I also feel like he like embodied Spider,
Back
like
in
the
jail.
way he moved and everything when he was Spider-Man.
He looked
Andrew Garfield, like I feel like he embodied that role and he like moved correctly and like
he was just kind of just enough extreme on the emotional side and the funny side.
exactly.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Be perfect because you remember the '90s TV show,
yeah.
the comedy he had,
And I feel
think
like
he's the one that's come
Toby,
close to it.
I feel like Toby was
I
like
can't
too
get past-
emotional, and I feel like Tom's like not enough emotional.
I just can't get past
Yeah.
his eyes in anything he ever plays.
Toby or Tom?
Toby.
Yeah, it's his mouth for
His
me.
eyes.
his mouth.
It's this
Yeah.
the
Oh,
whole time.
you're right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Do you remember how
Fucking
like
sea Trisket.
how like
just fucking
crazy
staring at you like
sea
this.
Trisket.
Just fucking staring at you
Trisket?
like this
Did
whole
you
time.
say
Yes.
sea Trisket
Those eyes, man, I can't do it.
instead of sea biscuit? Oh my god.
That was the joke.
Sorry.
You know what? No, I know, but like, you know what? I'm gonna say this real quick too. Since Seabiscuit got brought up, I hands down preferred Secretariat over Seabiscuit. Like that movie.
Are we talking about horse movies now?
Yeah, Secretariat was
Haven't seen any. 'Cause
To me-
horses freak me out. Something about a giant.
is that a Canadian thing?
No,
or like Mounties ride horses.
Right, I was gonna say something about that majestic beast that could just like fuck you and kick me in the face, just out
Don't
of nowhere.
stand behind it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You're
I
not
can turn
supposed to
around and
anyways.
just. Whooka! I don't like
Equestrians.
I don't like an animal that can just fucking kill me with just staring at me
kick.
almost.
I
Right.
saw,
Or that.
I saw a video. A lady was walking in one. There's like there's a horse barn. She was walking one into the barn, and one of the horses grabbed her by her nape of her neck.
With her mouth, just dead.
No. She was alive, but
No.
she got yanked onto the floor, and the horse that was walking her stops her. Like it was. It
was like planned. It was an ambush.
So she goes, "Wow!"
Fuck
and
you,
then the
Karen.
whole kid
Maybe
kicks her
she
in the
beats
gut.
them.
That's
Probably,
exactly
yeah.
what I was thinking.
That's what I'm saying.
And they were like,
But you
no,
can't say
no
stuff like
more.
that.
No more.
It's like
They're
why did this
conspiring for months.
Why did this person get beat?
But I just honestly like
They
don't.
deserved it.
I don't want to hate on Seabiscuit because I know that was a big movie too. I didn't dislike
It's Sea
Seabiscuit,
Trisket.
Get it right, Tara. See Trisket.
but I
Triscuits.
would choose 10 times over to watch Secretariat over Seabiscuit.
I would never watch
Diane Lane.
All right, I like Diane Lane.
Like,
she's a
come
she's a
on.
pretty lady.
But Seabiscuit, I liked the story of Seabiscuit even better than.
I can't do any.
I mean, I'm sorry, Secretariat. I liked
eyes.
the story better. The Secretariat story better
You
too.
can't get past those lifeless fucking eyes of Tobey Maguire.
They're lifeless. Just
If you bring up any thing of him, it just looks like he doesn't have a soul. That's what it looks
maybe
like.
he just doesn't know.
I
where
don't
he
have a
is.
soul.
Yeah, she's
Nah,
ginger.
but he
But
looks
is it-
like.
I thought you're stealing them though as well. You're sucking souls out of everybody. To
Am I?
take. You tell me.
Mine's intact. That's why I sit this far away.
So it comes.
That's
full
what
circle.
it is. That's what the lean's for.
Don't touch my soul.
You're within 2 feet. Just gone.
Yeah, there's a bubble.
There's a bubble of soulness, soul sucking.
Anyways.
Don't cry.
Anyways, final decision on the other guys. What do we give it out of 10? Anybody can take it.
That's a solid equestrian.
Solid stack and jack.
Dirty Mike, the boys. I give this a 7.5.
7.5.
I was gonna say either 7 or 8, so I'll go 7.5 too, just to cut it.
Look at that.
Well, I really
Stop
wanted.
copying me.
I'm not gonna like. I wanted to give it an 8, but I also don't want to be overzealous about it. So I was
Yeah.
gonna go 7. So I'll go 7.
This
and
is
a
in my
half.
comedy rule, right? My comedy rule, which is like I have to rate comedies in their own genre.
It's hard to give a comedy movie like a high score because you're not getting everything.
It's not
that a
like
movie-
critically acclaimed.
Right.
You
Yeah.
have to have that power level discussion where it's like,
Yep.
what comedy's a 10 and what comedy's a 1. That's
Right,
how that's your
exactly.
metric. So I don't.
Well,
I'm not
it's
even
like
sure what comedy
10.
I would name a 10.
I know what Wally would. Fucking 10 is Army of Darkness for him. Maybe 9. Maybe 9.
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's definitely up there.
I think I don't give away 10s a lot for anything because I
no.
feel like that's
hard
like
to
that's
find a
gotta
10 comedy.
that has to be perfection.
Yeah, there's only one movie to me that's a 10. So
What
I
is
remember. Go ahead.
Back to the Future?
2.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I think my number one comedy.
Tell me
of all
how
time
that movie's not
You-
a 10.
might be Airplane.
you think that a movie that a young man hanging out with like a 70-year-old scientist is a 10? That's not even explained. It's not even explained. Have you heard the John Mulaney skit where he talks
yeah,
about
I have.
this?
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Oh my
funny.
God, that's so funny.
It's funny,
because
but-
I was thinking that like my whole life about that movie.
This is Steve's childhood. Don't fight him about this.
But in the 80s, he could have been
It makes no
molesting
sense.
him, but it's not
you
in the
just
movie.
like Michael J. Fox,
and he could.
Well,
went
why
back
do you
in
think I
time
do?
and
'Cause
kept
of that
doing it
movie.
over and over again.
and then he almost bones his
Ooh.
mom. Like,
I'm talking about the second movie. not the
okay,
first
that
movie.
still happened in his life.
Okay, I got it.
God.
It's
Second movie has
it's
everything I
one
need.
big movie is what
Yeah,
it
you're
is.
right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna hate when we get to episode 100 and we do all 3 movies for one episode.
Oh my
Is
God,
that
no,
the
we're
plan?
not. Are we? Is that the plan for real? How close are we to that now?
I'll be gone by then.
I'll be dead.
Oh. So I'm gonna give the other guys a 7.
Sam,
7. I enjoy this movie, but like Wally was saying, it's hard to rate a comedy movie super high unless it does something no other comedy movie did. And you only get those every once in a while, right? Like a generational. Like there's something about Mary, or Anchorman.
I wouldn't put something about Mary above this movie, but that's me.
Oh, well, that's you, but I would, just because
Maybe
think of
that's
that
the
movie
thing
at the
about
time.
Comedies, it's so specific
Subjective.
to the
Subjective,
person.
yeah, for sure, yeah.
Right? So
well,
maybe
just
that's
any
why it's so
movie in
hard to give.
general too. But
Well, there's a lot of people that agree on like movies that get.
Well,
10s,
yeah, I
right?
get what
like,
you're saying.
this
I
is
feel like
great, but
comedy could-
comedies have their own little thing.
I feel like comedy could be even more split than like dramas and stuff, because comedies,
Yep.
everyone has a different sense of humor.
yeah, for sure.
But like a drama, that's a general like.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be like sad. Right, you're not
Not
gonna watch
Carrick, he
Bambi
lacks
die. You're not gonna watch Bambi die. Sorry, you're not gonna watch the
Bambi's
end of.
mom.
When was the last?
Bambi
sorry,
didn't
when was-
die.
When was the
Sorry.
last movie that made you cry, Steve, as a full-grown man?
Toy Story 3.
Really? Was that long ago?
I teared up at something not the other day, but like recently. I can't remember what it was, but Toy Story 3 made me like, oh my God, I need to step outside.
I watched How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, I haven't seen those
The other
actually.
day.
Oh,
and I was like-
toothless.
Yeah, and the leg and the ending part of it, I was like, oh, don't do it.
I was
Don't
just saying,
do it.
a movie that gets me is Homeward Bound 2.
Oh,
At
anything
the
with
end-
dogs, I can't fucking do,
because
man.
you don't
I
know-
can't fucking do that shit. I'll
Well,
turn it right off.
That's what I'm saying. Like at the end
I
of that
swear to God,
movie,
nope.
at the end of Homeward Bound 2, you don't know if Shadow's the one coming back yet.
That's
And
the
don't
first one.
or is it the first one?
It's the
I
first
thought it was
one.
the second one too. They do like the same thing.
In the first one, no, it's not Shadow in the first one when that happens. I think it's Chance in the second one.
All
Because
dogs,
Chance wants to stay with the strays.
all dogs go
'Cause
to
he
heaven.
loves
maybe it is
Delilah.
okay. Maybe it is the first one, but still, at the
In
end,
the
when
first
you're
one, yeah,
waiting
because
for
remember he fell in the hole.
Yeah.
And
No,
they
it
don't
is.
show-
It is Shadow. 'cause
They don't
Shadow
show
shows
him
up
get
last.
out. They
Yeah.
don't show him get out. Oh my God,
That's what
I
I'm
actually
saying.
did.
Right.
I
I'm
teared
telling you,
up
it's
just
fucking
recently,
shitty.
and I didn't watch the movie. Somebody shared that scene
Right, and it's
on
just
like
the scene,
Facebook
yeah.
or something, and I couldn't look away.
Right.
And and it's Chance comes up, and then the cat comes up, which is even less likely for the cat to have.
Right. The cat's not going to be there with him.
The
Fuck
cat shows up, and then he's like looking for Shadow, and he's calling, and the mom's like, "Oh, look, I'm gonna get
Right. Yeah. Because
just talking about it."
I'm telling you.
And then the mom's like, it's okay, and even the boy, because he's old enough to know, he's like, he was just too old, and it was
that
too
motherfucker's
far.
Here I
Stop
am.
talking about
And he goes walking away, and then all of a sudden, and he's like, "Shadow," and the fact that they give them
Well, I was about to-
voices,
You're dying.
the fact that they give them voices,
Oh yeah. and
because then
the
he
fact
just
that
goes,
it's one of his Michael J. Fox.
Peter, like he's just
Yep.
so happy.
Take a moment.
all
Oh my
dogs. All
God,
dogs go to
just-
heaven is the saddest movie.
It's
I
it's
love
up there.
that.
It's
And
so
that's not a
sad.
Disney movie either.
We were
What
talking
was
about that
that?
last
It was like
DreamWorks or
it wasn't
something?
DreamWorks, but it was something that maybe
I
devolved into.
had
it.
trouble shooting the dogs in Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. Me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can we talk about Legend real quick?
And I was like, yeah, no.
I Am
That's too
Legend?
much.
I Am Legend,
That's too
no,
much.
no.
That's
when-
too much.
no.
I'll fast forward that. I'll fast forward through that part.
Yep.
I
I'm
can't
sorry,
watch that shit.
I would lock
he's
him somewhere
holding it-
before I would kill him. Like
I'm out.
I just let him go. Like just go
Stay
live
at-
your life. Like,
Stay at home. You are staying at home.
yeah.
You're not.
You don't get
coming
to come
out.
with me.
You're my last connection to my family. You're
Right.
staying at fucking home. You're not coming out. With
Oh
me.
my God, where they showed finally, like, because they kept doing flashbacks and they
Yeah,
showed
yeah,
him
before he gets
give
in
the puppy,
helicopter. Yeah.
and she was
There's
like,
no way.
take. What was the dog's name? Sam.
Yeah.
And that was
I
the
don't
first
wanna know
time.
the
That was the
dog's
first time you realized the dog was a female. You thought the dog was a male the whole movie because he only called it Sam.
Yeah. The isolation of that, and then because I mean, you feel like that when you have a dog. Now, like if you come home by yourself and you just have a dog, that's like how it is.
Also, that movie predicted Batman versus Superman.
I Am Legend.
Yeah. There's when he's in New York and it's showing like Times Square and they have like all the trailers or not trailers, posters of stuff that are there.
Oh, there's a Batman versus
Superman one, and that's like 10 years before it.
That was a comic book before too.
Well, yeah.
It's been
but
around for a while.
You know,
but I
I
get what you're
can't.
saying.
I also can't. I told Carrick if he ever comes home or comes out into the living room and I'm watching this one specific movie, be concerned, like for what is going on in my life,
Which movie?
because Fox and the Hound.
Fox and the Hound.
Oh,
If that movie is on
Something's
and
fucked up.
I'm
terrified.
watching it on purpose, something is. I was like, you need to worry. Start worrying. Call someone.
Nip it at the butt. Nip it at the butt. I've probably 3 movies, right? I bawled my eyes out to Mighty Joe Young. Do you remember that?
Oh my
movie?
God.
Do you remember that fucking movie?
Yes.
Good movie.
With
The gorilla and shit.
gorilla.
Yeah, that was a big
from
one.
Tarzan.
And then when Robert Downey Jr. died, I was in the theaters.
Dude, spoiler alert.
I was. If you haven't,
Yeah, if you haven't
fucking
seen that yet, yeah.
fight me, bro.
You know what
No,
it
I
is?
know,
It's
I
the
know.
way he dies.
Yes.
Like a
Right.
fucking.
But not
that
he goes out
payoff-
like a man, but like then he's like frail and like dying, and you're like, oh shit.
I love you 3000.
Ah!
And you know what?
Oh, my heart.
You know, it's funny. I literally watched it yesterday, and the thing that fucks me up is Gwyneth Paltrow's there, is Pepper, and
What the fuck's she doing?
well, not only that, but she's in
Do a
the
better
suit.
job of taking care of him.
She's in the
Nothing.
suit, right? Take
Yeah.
the fucking gloves of the suit off and hold his hands. She doesn't even do that.
It was like too much. That whole last scene was too much.
That
As
whole,
soon
because
as he
there were
hugs
so many emotions.
with with Peter. That was the
Oh
start.
my
Yeah.
God, yeah. There were so many emotions because they start, okay, it's a fight, and then you're like, oh my God, they're losing.
On your
And
left
then
cap.
all of a sudden, all of the
Yeah, everybody.
wormholes open up and everyone shows up, and then the adventures assemble, and you're like, oh my God, like everybody in the theater is just like,
You knew it was going to happen, right? Like
yeah.
you knew it was going to
Something,
happen,
and-
but
yeah.
you're like, okay,
Like, it had to be
they're
like
gonna make
this.
They're going to try to make me happy at the end. He's going to survive. But as soon as fucking Mr. Strange
as
looked
soon
at him
as he held up his
and he
fingers,
shook his head, I was like, no.
No, the way
as soon as he went to snap, I was like, no.
I thought the best line is Doctor Strange saying, "If I tell you how it ends,
It's not gonna.
you're not gonna do it."
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Oh yeah, when he looks at him and he just holds up the one.
yeah.
Yep. That's what I knew. I was in the theater. I was like, no, the fuck.
But then that's when he knew too, because he was like,
I think he kind
fuck.
of knew.
felt it.
Yeah, towards the end.
But then
Also
like he
him-
holds up the when he's like, all right. well,
Earlier in the movie where he goes back in time and has that conversation with his dad, even that I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's when you start
Yeah.
thinking. I think that's when you're like, oh, okay.
But no, like he hugs his dad. And
Oh,
like, he's
what are
like,
the
"Will you
other
hug
ones?
me?" Yeah.
What's the other one?
You
Those
said
are
you had
those are
three.
three. Those are the three.
You said two.
You only said two of them.
Yeah, you said Endgame and
All dogs go to heaven.
Oh, okay.
What was the third one?
I don't remember.
Mighty Joe Young.
Mighty Joe.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Goddamn gorillas.
I
Yeah.
something about that shit. I don't remember what it was, but I was like,
I can't like
Even in Congo? No, I'm kidding.
Congo. I always forget that movie.
what a
'Cause
terribly
when I-
awesome movie.
when I was younger, that movie terrified me.
I don't even remember if I saw it as a
That's
kid.
right up there with Anaconda. For
What
me.
was she- what was
Like
she-
the
what was she saying?
stylistic-
The monkey was saying something to the bad monkeys, and she just kept saying it.
Oh, I can't remember.
And that was like
her little voice-
"Aw,"
yeah,
with her
voice
little
thing.
voice box. Yeah, those monkeys were fucking scary,
Terrifying.
and they were like gray. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, they're like ghost monkeys.
Yeah, it was
Ghost
that was not
monkeys. They were
appropriate
s-
for my age.
No, it wasn't, and I watched it by myself.
Yeah, you're
Good
crazy.
for you.
Oh my God, I was watching it by my. I didn't know what I was watching at first, and then
Congo
I was like, oh
sounds
my God.
sounds like a 10-year-old
Ooh,
girl should watch
monkeys.
it.
I watched Green Inferno the other night.
Oh, it's not. It wasn't a good movie, but it fucks you up a little bit.
Oh, you know what
Didn't know the
else?
Spy Kid was in there. What's his face?
Yeah, he gets.
Who's married to Megan Trainor
Jesus Christ.
and has a
Oh,
baby
is he
with
really?
her?
Weird.
The boy from Spy Kids.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then Megan Trainor are married. They have a little baby.
Isn't Megan? She's the one that had that one hit, right?
all about that
No,
baby.
she has a bunch of hits.
But the one that
Do
everybody
you
knows.
like Megan Trainor?
I actually do like. She's
Oh, here we go.
she's written no. She's written a lot of songs that weren't her. Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
that other
yeah.
people
She
have
was,
done.
She was
So
a
she's
bigger
not all right
songwriter.
she's
that
good
voice
at
is
what
what you're
she like.
She's about that treble.
No, but she actually does have a really solid voice too.
She's decent.
No, it's
So
but
she's not
what I
all
mean
about
by
bass.
solid is I mean it's very
She's about
like
that treble.
it's very clear. It's very her voice like cuts through. Like it's very like okay, whatever.
We're sorry.
We're
It's Steve over here.
Making
But her
jokes.
baby's it's a little redheaded baby. Like it got his genetics.
Aw.
And it already needs glasses, so it's this cute little redheaded baby with his big old
sucks.
glasses on his face. So
Anyways,
cute.
next
Sucks.
week
That
it's
sucks.
Wally's pick. Wally, what you got for us, boy?
If Bostanowitz is on, I want to do Big Trouble in China.
Big Trouble in Little
You said
China.
if? What if he's not?
I just messaged him, so most likely he will be.
He'll be here.
Do we have
I'm
a
gonna tell
backup?
him.
I can find someone.
No,
You-
I meant a backup movie.
Oh no,
Backup.
I don't
No.
do backups. I
Well,
do
you
plan
said
Bs.
if.
This
You said
is-
if he was on, that's what we were doing.
How
So I
about,
was
how about
suggesting.
if he can't do it? Let's do Treasure Planet.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
All right,
Yeah,
Well,
there's a million fun facts with that one too.
Oh,
So Steve would love it.
for sure. We're locked in. 2 movies.
First animated movie.
Damn it!
Ever?
I wanted to be the first animated movie,
What
and I already had it
Get out
locked
of
and
my head,
loaded.
bro.
I already had it locked and loaded.
What was yours?
Fern Gully.
Oh, that would have been a good one too.
I'm
It's on
Betty.
my list.
It is, yeah. So, anyways, next week we'll see what it's going to be.
One of those two for sure.
One of those two for
My
sure.
name is Betty.
I'll let everyone know this evening.
Whatever.
Okay.
I'll message.
And
Sean.
I've never seen that movie, so
It's my favorite Disney movie.
not that one. Jesus, the other
Big
one,
Trouble
the
in
main
Little China.
one. Yeah.
Oh,
Big
the
Trouble.
original? Oh, Big
Big
Trouble.
Trouble,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, sorry. I thought you were talking about Tristan.
I haven't seen
Kurt
that
Russell.
one.
Yeah. Anyway, so next week, look out for one of those movies. Thanks for listening, guys. If you like what you hear, give us a review. Give us a comment on the YouTube channel or something. Give us a like, a favorite, a follow. We're on all your social medias: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can find us at The Decision Reel. We are also on a website, which is www.thedecisionreel.com. There, if you go to the store tab, you can find some merch. You can buy shirts, do some stuff. Help us out. Thanks.
Bye.
Aim for the bushes.
Aim for the bushes.
There goes my hero.
Pimps.